I am putting a lot of faith in Restream just working. We used it the other day and it just worked. So I am assuming it will just work again today. Fingers crossed. Let me know if you can see me / hear me. Let me know I'm a real boy. I need to know that I'm a real boy. I think I'm a real boy. This seems, it seems like everything is working as it should be. Hello boys and girls, how are we doing? Are we all good? Have we all had a good couple of days since I last made some Lego? I have to lean to like here so that I'm in frame on TikTok, which makes me look very weird on Twitch and on YouTube. In fact, have we got anyone from Twitch saying they can see me? We have Twitch saying they can see me. We have YouTube saying they can see me. I just need to know that somebody on TikTok can see me, and then I know that I am live in all places. I think we are. Hello folks, how are we doing? Yes, there is no FM tonight. Person in the Twitch chat who's asking me about FM. FM this time next week we'll have a Football Manager stream. Worry not. But tonight is Lego, because we are continuing the Lego Nou Camp, or Camp Nou. When did it become Camp Nou? I'm pretty sure when I was a kid it was always Nou Camp. But the Camp Nou FC Barcelona Lego set, which is 5,500 pieces. It is enormous. We started it on Sunday night, and this is how far we got in about 3 hours. We're making a lot of these things for people to sit their bottoms on. I've also bought this. People suggested that I buy this, so this has now been purchased as well. This is the Barcelona celebration pack that was actually a gift with purchase with this when it first came out. I had to go and buy this because obviously this is a retired set. This doesn't even exist anymore. But this has now been purchased. This cost me another £30, but it's not really complete without it, is it? So we'll be doing that when we're done with this bit. But we got the first 6 bags done the other night. Instruction manual wise, this is how much we've done. This is how much we've still got to do. This is just the first instruction manual. We've got 2 300-page plus instruction manuals. I think we got up to like 30 bags. We're about to start bag 7. Bag 7 is 2 bags. Of course it's 2 bags. But let's get these emptied out, and then we can start doing some building while we have a little bit of a chat. I have realised I don't have any kind of bin or bin bag or anything like that in here to put all these pieces in. So, sorry, I'm not to put the pieces in a bin bag, to put all of the bags in. I went to the tip this afternoon to be nice and organised, and I've taken away the box that I was using to put pieces, to put bags in. There you go. Apparently, I was reading back through some of the comments on the last stream, it really frustrates people that I don't sit here and sort the Lego out before I start building with it. Do you sort your Lego? Do you need to sort your Lego? I don't feel the need to sort my Lego. I think I'm good. Give up this Lego lark and start playing golf. I hate golf. Why would I want to play golf? Why are you on a Lego channel telling the person running the Lego channel to start playing golf instead? That's madness. I tried playing golf. I wasn't very good at it. And don't really like being outside if I don't have to be. And plus, I mean, if there's one thing more expensive than Lego, it's probably golf, isn't it? Golf costs an absolute fortune. And is horrible. I didn't enjoy it at all. When my mum died, I got my dad, myself and my brother sets of golf clubs each, and I think my brother got the 3 of us golf lessons, like as a way for the 3 of us to bond without my mum there to force us to bond anymore. I think we made it through 6 of the 10 lessons we'd prepaid for before all 3 of us agreed golf was very much not for us, and we could just have dinner every Sunday and that would be fine. And yeah, that was the last time I attempted any kind of golf. Golf is not my thing. We are building another one of these, believe it or not, to just continue circling around the entire ground. You can see we've got quite a lot of them to do. There is some interesting bits around the edges as well that we'll get to eventually as well. But yeah, I mean, I quite like building these. They're ideal streaming. It's an ideal streaming build because I'm getting really good at chesting pieces back onto the table. because I don't have to give it like 100% total concentration, because I'm basically doing the same bit over and over again, although every now and again it throws up a little bit that's a little bit different, because I think we're moving into this corner, so it is going to be a slightly different shape one here. So it's probably for the best that we stopped where we did the other night, because this way I'm not completely doing it on muscle memory. How was I at Wii Golf? I was really good at Wii Golf, not quite as good as I was at Wii Bowling. Wii Bowling, I mean, I think pretty much anyone who played a lot of Wii Bowling. I remember cooking Christmas dinner one year and the rest of the family were playing Wii Bowling, and they insisted that I played as well. So every time it was my go, they'd bring the remote into the kitchen where I was. Couldn't see the TV, but had played so much Wii Bowling that I knew the exact motion you had to do to get a strike. So my kids would be fascinated because they'd bring the remote into the kitchen, and without me even looking at the TV, I'd just get a strike because I knew the exact motion that you have to do. So yeah, that kind of ruined it for everybody once they stopped being fascinated by it and started just getting annoyed by the fact that you could just get a strike every time. But I imagine there were little tricks like that on everything on the Wii. It probably wasn't just the boulder one, it's just the boulder one is the one we played more than any other. I'm looking for a little grabby piece. Show me my little grabby piece. Where is he? Where is Mr. Grabby bit? I don't know any name. I was trying to do an order of some bricks on the Lego website today, because I need a few bricks for like getting the bases of my Lego city started. I don't know the names of any of the bricks. It's a problem. So trying to work out and guess what the different bricks could be called so that I could search for them and order the bits that I needed. That was fun. That was a fun way to spend a few hours today. But how are we all anyway? Me and Anna recorded the first video for this channel this afternoon. So if you're not watching on YouTube, head to YouTube. You can go back to watching the rest of the stream wherever you are. But if you head over to YouTube at Block Party UK and subscribe, tomorrow will be the first video on the channel. And officially Anna's debut on the channel as well, because she obviously isn't really interested in doing the new camp, as you can imagine, because she's not at all into football. Is this the official Lego TikTok then? I mean, it's my official Lego TikTok. I think the Lego company would probably object to me referring to it as the official Lego TikTok, because I think they probably have their own. I haven't double checked, but I suspect they have their own. If you look at the back of the instruction booklet, it'll give you part numbers. Bricklink is often cheaper than Lego Direct 2. The thing with Bricklink is the postage. I did look at Bricklink first because people keep telling me about Bricklink, and the postage is so expensive, because the way I gather it, it's like eBay for Lego, isn't it? Bricklink, so it's all resellers, second-hand stuff, which I don't object to at all. I have no issue doing that if it can save me a few quid, especially on things like base plates and bulk, for just basically getting the general structure of the city in place, which is what I'm looking to do before I start covering it and stuff. Just getting enough base plates to cover all the tables is going to cost a fortune. But because it's not all available from the same buyers, certainly the way I was looking at it, unless I'm doing it wrong, each buyer then charges what on its own is probably a reasonable amount of postage, but once you've got 5 or 6 things in the basket and they're all charging postage, it starts to become more expensive than the Lego website. That's what I found this afternoon anyway. Maybe I was doing it wrong. I will keep shopping around and trying different methods. I think, has anyone used a website called Brick Bin? Because I think I'm just going to order a load of bulk Lego from there. I just basically need a whole load of bulk Lego. Just to get the base plates in. I want to use the Mills plate system that people keep telling me about, but to do that you need to have a base plate, like 60 or 70 bricks, and then about 40 little plates to go on top. So pricing it out on the Lego website, each one of these Mills plates, which is the base of, like, it's a foot square basically, each one of those is going to cost like 20 quid. And I need like 50 of them for the size of the city that we've got. I don't want to be spending... I don't even want to do the maths and work out what I would have to spend if I did it all like that. It would be too expensive. So I'm looking for alternate options to just basically allow me to get the base of the city in. So my thought process is the easiest way for me to do a Lego city is to get all of the base plates in so I can see what I'm working with and then build from there. If each base plate's going to cost me 20 quid though, I guess I'm just going to do one at a time, which I'll still end up spending hundreds if not thousands. Haven't done the maths, don't want to do the maths. I'd still end up spending loads, but I guess I wouldn't notice it as easily because I'd do it over time. But then it takes longer for the city to start to take shape, and I am not known as a patient man. Maybe Lego will use me as an ambassador at some point. I think we're probably a little way away from becoming Lego ambassadors. We've not even made a YouTube video yet. This is only the second stream. We've been doing TikTok for like a week and a half. So give us a little bit of time. I mean, obviously that would be the dream, get into the ambassador program. But I think we're a long way away from that just yet. And at the moment, just having a jolly good time. Anna's room is now finished. I think the last time we streamed, Anna's room wasn't done, was it? If you haven't seen the TikTok, I think we did a YouTube short as well. Might have been on Instagram as well. But if you haven't seen Anna's finished room, it looks so awesome. We filmed in there today. The video that comes out tomorrow was filmed in there. And it's awesome. I'm very, very jealous because my room, they're both officially our rooms. It's our Lego room and our Lego city room. But Anna is far less interested in a Lego city than I am. I feel like I'll get her into it as time goes on, as she starts to see it. But I'm just enjoying the planning of it because I'm a nerd. So at the moment, the Lego room is kind of her room and the Lego city room will be kind of my room, and eventually over time I guess we'll both end up in both. But I'm really jealous that hers is done. Am I not the footy manager guy? I am indeed the footy manager guy. I have many strings to my bow. I have many interests. Football manager being the main one, the one that's been around for longest, but you know, we like to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Is Dave enjoying the new Lego room? It's weird because he hasn't really been, he still sleeps in there. He's still got a bed in the corner because the room that is now the Lego room is what was Andy's old bedroom, which for the last year since Andy moved out has effectively been Dave's bedroom. So when we first started converting it into a Lego room, we got rid of the bed that was in there. Dave was really miffed when we got rid of the bed, but then we bought him a dog bed, which is basically an armchair. I could probably sit in this bed. It's enormous. And he still sleeps in there, but he even when the bed was in there, he would never go in there during the day. So he'll still go in there and sleep. He's completely ignoring all the furniture and everything that's in there. He just doesn't seem interested. Now it's been assembled. Me and Anna were in there for like an hour this afternoon filming this video that comes out tomorrow. Don't worry, it's not an hour long. And he didn't even come up, he just stayed downstairs. But he'll sleep in there again tonight. So he's kind of, he's sort of interested, but not mega interested yet. I assume this is a little diagonal. I assume sooner or later he'll figure out that's where we are, because I think part of him, he knows he's not allowed in the kitchen because he's an absolute monster, so we've never let him in the kitchen. And our kitchen's upstairs as well. The kitchen's the floor below where the Lego room is, next to where the Lego city room's going to be. And I think when we went upstairs, because we didn't invite him to come with us, because he's a nightmare around tripods. Anyone who used to watch the old daily vlogs will remember Dave being a nightmare around the tripod. He would always just walk into it because he knew if he clattered the tripod, it would shake the camera, and then I would tell him to stop so he'd get my attention rather than me looking at the black box. So yeah, I think he thinks we just went up to the kitchen and he's not allowed in there, so he didn't bother coming with us. But he'll figure out eventually where we're going. I imagine. Dave used to make it his mission to knock over tripods. He did, because he knew it would get him attention. I have no idea what this little bit that I'm building here is. It's very complicated and I am trying not to get confused and mess it up. But I think we are working on the corner at the moment. So we've got, it's telling me to do a longer one of these white tiles, which I think is that one. Ah! Oh, now it's all fallen apart. Where did that bit go? Now anything could have happened, I think. Why is everything falling off it? It's not clicking together properly. I'm doing something wrong on this section. It's very weird. I don't really know what it is we're doing here. Am I watching Posh tonight? I do have the Posh match on. Yeah, well, it will be on when it starts. Yes, I will be watching Posh. So, oh, there you go. So it does make sense. It's just the next tier. So I guess this is going to go in there, and it will form that corner. So we've just got to do another layer on top of it. I love the TikTok when we got the delivery and he was very happy. Oh, he was a nightmare. Oh, it's sticker time. What colour is that? Purple? Is that? Is that purple? People with colour vision. I think this is the first banner that's going outside the stadium. So this is sticker number 32. Yeah, it's a big Barcelona sticker that's going to go outside the stadium. Have I got any other stadiums? No, I don't think I'm going to get any of the others because there's only 3 official... Oh God, this is a big sticker. There's only 3 official Lego stadiums. There's Camp Nou, Barcelona. And then there's the Bernabeu, which I've never been to. And Old Trafford, which I have been to. One of the best, probably the best footballing experience I've ever had. The playoff final from like 10 years ago when Peterborough, my team, beat Huddersfield. That was at Old Trafford. So there'd be some sentimental reason to get Old Trafford, but I just don't want Manchester United memorabilia in my house. I'm a child of the 90s. Grew up hating Man United because it ruined my childhood. So I don't really want Old Trafford knocking around the place, even though... I mean, basically, if I got Old Trafford as well, I would have to have that story ready to go anytime someone said, oh, Kev, is that Old Trafford in the background? It would be, yeah, it is, but the reason I've got it is I don't go into the whole playoff final thing. So I think I'm just going to stick with the one stadium. Plus, looking at it, it's going to be enormous. I don't know where I'm going to keep a whole load of football stadiums. So I think we'll stick to one. Obviously, if they were to announce Wembley, I would want Wembley. If they were to announce the Emirates, I would want the Emirates. In the very unlikely event they were to do London Road where Peterborough play, I'd want that. But I think most likely outcome is we will stick with just the one football stadium. Which is fine, because it's going to look really cool. It will be in the background of all my Football Manager content, and it will be a conversation starter on stream for years to come. And you know me, boys and girls, love a conversation. I might carry it with me when I'm at events, because anyone who's ever met me at an event will know how awkward I am socially. So maybe if I'm just carrying my conversation starter with me, at least then when people come up to me at conventions and stuff, or turn up at a meet and greet and they're like, Kev, why are you holding a Lego version of Barcelona's old stadium? And then at least I've got a few sentences to say, haven't I? That might be a plan. If you're coming to Insomnia Festival in a few weeks, where I am going to be, I might be holding the finished version of this stadium at the meet and greet. just to see what happens. Is that more dust on the front bezel of my monitor? What, this bit? When you say more dust than what? I've never dusted it, because why would I? It's a monitor. Hang on, what have I done wrong here? Right, I've gone through this process of building this piece. Oh, okay, I was going to say, and it's then got a white on the diagram. It's got a white piece along the bottom, and it's not there. It's already on the model, that's why. So it goes on like this, I think. There we go. So yeah, this is the bit that goes into the corner, which is now completely off balance. So I'll attach it in a second, but we have a booklet fact. FC Barcelona was originally founded by local Catalans and a group of young foreigners living in the city in 1899. There you go. Right, let's see if we can clip that in. There you go. So we've started to come... one of my bits has fallen off the bottom here. No. It's very delicate. I don't know if I'm putting it together wrong, but some of these bits are really delicate. I've put together some bigger Lego sets at this point, and none of them have felt so much like bits are falling off it as this one. I guess it's quite awkward doing this circular shape, but there you go. We started to come round the corner, which is cool. Booklet fact, exactly. We love a booklet fact. This camera's lovely. What are we shooting on? This PG is... It's a Sony something or other. It's the one, I forget which one it is. It's the one they released. It's the one that's in between like the point and shoot and the A, whatever it is. I think it was released like a year ago for vloggy folk. I forget which one it actually is. Don't know. No idea. But it's a Sony of some description. I am not a camera guy. It's with it's got a very wide lens though, which is very handy for shooting from this angle. I'm sure if somebody were to Google, everyone knows Sony's naming convention is ridiculous. If you were to Google, it was like £1,000 of a camera. I think the lens probably cost as much as the camera. It's probably the lens doing a lot of the heavy lifting rather than the camera. But yeah, it's a nice little angle. Nice little shot. I think there's more leg room in the Lego Stadium than in the real one. There probably is. If you watched my vlog from the new camp last year, you'll know leg room, very problematic. Right, so we're just doing that. We're just doing that. And then we've got another piece to do. Am I doing these on the right size bases? Maybe, I'm not sure. Why can I only get 720p on Twitch but 1080p on YouTube? Twitch, I guess. I mean, the stream is going out at 1080p. I don't know. Do you have to be a sub on Twitch to be able to get 1080p? I don't really know how Twitch works. Doesn't Twitch do that thing where it forces whatever resolution it thinks you should have? I'm sure there are people watching on Twitch in 1080p. It's definitely going out in 1080p on Twitch as well. But I think if you're not a sub, Twitch forces you to have whatever resolution they feel like you deserve. Very much a Twitch thing. Which, no idea why. Twitch being Twitch. Alright. Okay. I think we're building the next bit of the corner. These corner bits are some very strangely shaped things. Barca was founded by an Englishman. Yeah, I mean, they've got an English flag on the badge, haven't they? So, there's definitely English links. They're the foreigners that they don't want to mention in the booklet because it's official FC Barcelona merch. So they don't want to mention English. They'll just say foreigners. We know who the foreigners were. We were the foreigners. We were those foreigners. What's my favourite set I've built so far? At the moment, probably the Sanctum Sanctorum. Doctor Strange's house, which you can see behind me in my YouTube videos and my usual stream angle. It's sort of behind there. It will be front and centre pride of place in my Lego City. It was my first like big adult building that I got and that I built. I've got a few of the other bigger Marvel sets now, but can't build them because I've got nowhere to put them until the room is finished. So I've got the Avengers Tower, I've got the Daily Bugle, so I assume they're going to become firm favourites before too long. But that was like my gateway build. Right, first one of the stream. I can't find this piece. This piece is missing. I need another one of these. Can anyone see another one of these? How long ago did I get into Lego? I mean, initially, like 35 years ago, I had a lot of Lego as a kid. Oh, crumbs. And then I became an adult. We'll talk a little bit about this in the video that comes out tomorrow. That piece is definitely missing. It's under the booklet. Of course it's under the booklet. First place you should check. Yeah, so I was really into Lego as a kid. I talked on the last stream about having I had a massive, the bottom drawer of my like dresser in my bedroom was just absolutely full of Lego, and I would just sit there building stuff with Lego. I basically have a GCSE in Lego because I did a GCSE. I don't know if it's a thing now. When I was teaching, the school I taught at didn't offer this GCSE, but one of my GCSEs is in something called Systems and Design Control, which was a technology subject, and it basically was a GCSE in messing around with Lego Technic. We would just have like 3 lessons a week, hour long, where we would just get the Lego out and build really cool like cars and cranes and just basically mess around building things out of Lego Technic. But then those of you who know my story, and we'll get into the story in more detail at some point for new people, I guess. I left school, took a year out before university, and by the end of that year I was married with a kid, and hobbies and interests at that point kind of got put on the back burner, especially the expensive ones. Just couldn't afford Lego anymore. Sold all the Lego that I had. Same with all my Warhammer stuff. Couldn't afford that anymore. Sold it all. Pushchairs and things are expensive, so I sold pretty much everything apart from my PC and my Dreamcast. So I was still able to play Football Manager and Shenmue, but pretty much everything else that I was interested in was gone. And then over my adult life, as my kids have got older, things have gradually drifted back in at different points. So first it was comic books, then action figures, and whatever else it's been, Pokemon. And I always resisted Lego and Warhammer because they're the two most expensive, and I just could not justify the cost, and certainly didn't have the space in my house to be really into Lego. But then a year ago, the last one of the kids moved out. We've now had this 4-bedroom house with just the two of us living in it for a year, which means there's been 2 empty rooms for a year. And we decided now would be the time to take the plunge back into Lego. So actually actively doing it again, a month maybe. Anna's been into it a little longer. She got a set at Christmas and has been gradually getting more and more into it since then. But basically Anna wanted a Lego room, and I was like, well, if you're going to have a Lego room, maybe I can get some Lego too. And it kind of went from there. And yeah, the rest is history, boys and girls. I am now all in a house that very soon will have 2 rooms dedicated entirely to Lego. Which is an insane situation to be in, but we've got the space. I'm older now, so I've got the space. We've got a little bit of money that we've accumulated over the years through this content creation lark. We've been pretty successful, so we've got the space, we can afford it. Let's have a play around, see what happens. We'll never financially recover. Oh yeah, exactly. I'm absolutely spending the kids' inheritance, which, as far as I'm concerned, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I've just told you my story of how, because they were born, I had to sell all my Lego. So I think it's only fair that I now get to spend their inheritance on buying it all back again. I think that's completely reasonable. What didn't want the Millennium Falcon Lego. See, I'm not a Star Wars guy, so I have no interest in the Millennium Falcon. I had a Millennium Falcon toy as a kid, but I'm not at all into Star Wars. So I think, if anything, that's going to save us from bankruptcy. The fact that I don't need to go out and get all the Star Wars stuff, and there's not as much Marvel stuff, and there's not as much Disney stuff. There's still a lot of Marvel and Disney stuff, but not as much as there is as Star Wars. So I think that might just save us. Although I talked about it on the last stream. As much as I'm not into Star Wars, some of the sets do look like they'd be a lot of fun to build. So I'm not ruling out getting a Star Wars set at some point if it looks really, really, really fun. But it won't be because of a love of Star Wars. It will be because it looks really, really fun to make. Am I watching the Posh game? I've got it's Sky Sports Football, isn't it? That's going to be on. The TV's on, so when that comes on, I'll have it on in the background. I'm pretty used to semi-watching football matches at this point because I stream every evening. I don't tend to get to watch midweek games, actually watch them. The Champions League is a thing that only kind of happens in passing in the background. Apparently everyone else gets to watch whole matches in the Champions League. It seems like quite the novelty to me. Right, what have I done wrong here? Oh, okay. Okay, thought I'd ballsed that up. So again, we're coming round the corner again here. So we just need one more level on that. Please don't get Star Wars stuff. I might have to stop watching your content. What? Because I own some toys that you don't like. That's mad. That would be mad. I think I can safely promise I won't get into Star Wars. But like I say, if a Millennium Falcon fell into my lap, I'd build it. Like I say, I had one as a kid. Loved playing with it. But still wasn't enough to make me watch the movies. I tried, but not possible to watch them all the way through because they're rubbish. Can I say that on a Lego stream? I feel like the vast majority of people who are into Lego are also massively into Star Wars, so I probably have to tone down the Star Wars trolling that I like to be a part of quite a lot. Probably going to hope for a Stevenage win as a Pompey fan. Well, that is the actions of a cowardly Pompey fan. Have a little bit of faith in your own team. You shouldn't need us to lose. You're like 10 points ahead of us. Coward. Right. So this goes on the top here. And then, oh, it's sticker time again. I love Lego. I hate Star Wars. I still have some Star Wars kits because spaceships are cool. Yeah, exactly. How do I feel about people who say Legos instead of Lego? What, Americans? It's just Americans in general, isn't it? You know, it's never going to bother me as much as them calling football soccer. So leave them to it. I'm used to Americans saying dumb things. Why they take the S off of maths and add it onto Lego, I have no idea. I imagine they've got some logic to it. But, you know, Americans going to American, aren't they? Not a lot you can do about it. How much did I pay for the new camp? It was about £350, I think. It was more than it was when it came out because it's a retired set. So I did have to pay over the odds for it. But it was a set I really, really wanted. If you saw my Disneyland vlogs from last year, maybe the year before, you'll see me basically looking longingly at it in the Lego store at Disneyland, trying to convince Anna that I should be allowed to get it. Would have saved us £100 if she'd have just said yes then. She's learnt her lesson. Always say yes when I ask for things, because it will save us money in the long run. But yeah, it was just a set that I've wanted for a long time because it looked so cool. So this whole Lego adventure could have started a year ago when I first saw this at Disneyland. But it didn't. What you should do if you buy Star Wars stuff is just make Star Trek stuff with it. I mean, I'd call it Star Trek stuff, obviously. Like I say, I'm a long way away from doing that. That scenario I'm describing of where I could see myself getting some Star Wars stuff at some point is if I run out, if all the other Lego runs out. Now, I suspect it's fairly unlikely the Lego is going to run out. So I think I might be able to just keep myself amused without needing Star Wars stuff. So I think it'll be fine. Right, I think that goes on there like that. There we go. The Dune Autocopter looked awesome. And I also have the 89 Batmobile. See, I've not really dabbled much in vehicles yet. The one I have, because I loved X-Men as a kid. So I've got this one, which is very, very cool. It's already gathering dust. It's been there like a week and it's getting dusty. How do you keep Lego clean? But I've also never seen Dune. I don't really know what Dune is. I don't really have any interest in it. So I've not really looked at that either. But who knows. But X-Men I did love as a kid. Still quite like as an adult. So I was definitely going to get X-Men stuff. And that will be parked next to my Avengers Tower when I build that and get it into the city. And hopefully, as the Lego company have already decided to create a set specifically for me. I've been into it a month, and they're bringing out the Gotham City skyline from the Batman animated series, which was my favourite show as a kid. So as they seem to be doing things especially for me, I assume they're on the verge of announcing the X-Men mansion, and then I'll buy that and park my ship next to it, and it'll be lovely. Right, I think this just clips in now. It does. So we are starting to come around this corner. How does that cut? Right, I've ballsed it up and I don't know how. It doesn't fit. Why doesn't it fit? It looks right on the diagram. Oh, I've just knocked another piece off the back. Don't know where that was supposed to be. There's just a loose piece in here now. Can you get out, Mr. Loose Piece? But I don't know if you can see. Oops, there goes the pitch. Where the clips are, so these bits clip in there, but as soon as they get close enough to clip in, that bit's in the way. But looking at the diagram, that is where it's supposed to be. So, I don't know, is that in? I suppose that is in. I don't know what bit is missing there now. So there you go, we're kind of coming around the corner a little bit more, and then we're also starting to get a little bit of the shape on the outside as well. So we've got the detail in there, getting some of the banners on this side. That looks like the odd one out, but we'll leave it to do its thing, I guess. Pop that over there, next to the pitch. And, we've got some spare pieces left over. Pop them in my little tub of leftover pieces. Am I finding it a long build? I mean, I had a pretty good idea it was going to take a long time. Bag 8. I think when I first mentioned to Topher that I was going to be doing this on stream, I think I said to him, expect it to be at least 4 streams, which at 3 hours long is about 12 hours. So I might have to revise that. I don't know. We're not even a quarter of the way through and we're like half an hour into the second stream. So unless I pick up the pace, we're probably going to need a 5th stream to do it, or a long stream at some point. But I think part of that is because I'm chatting to you lot as I do it, so I'm not like completely focused on just build like I would be if I was just sat here quietly doing it on my own. So I think it's taking roughly how long I want it to take. And to be fair, when I'm spending £300 plus on a Lego set, I want it to take a while. I want to get my money's worth on it. As much as it's going to be a cool thing to own afterwards, and I'm not going to be like build it and then never look at it again. It's going to be a cool thing to have. But I want it to take ages to build because that's part of the fun. The most fun bit is building it. I don't want it to get done in an hour. That was one of the things, as much as I like that X-Men thing that I just showed you, that only took about an hour. I was pretty disappointed when it was done. It was like, well, that was really quick and easy. I don't have anywhere to display it now, and it's just like, well, that was like 60 quid. So this feels like better value because it's taking so much longer. Proportionately, taking more time per pound spent, if that makes sense. That's the way I'm judging them now. What's the streaming plan with East Fife? I will continue to stream East Fife when I do Football Manager streams. If you're in the stream the other day, I did mention that we're getting to that time of the year where I'm not going to be streaming every day Football Manager anymore. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Not going to be streaming Football Manager every day anymore. And this happens every year. This isn't because I know what you like. Sometimes this isn't because I'm focusing on my new thing and want to just do that. If you look back through the history books, we get to this time of year and I stop streaming Football Manager every day. So we'll probably have 2 or 3 Football Manager streams a week going forward. And they'll just be continuing that East 5 save. That's not going anywhere. It's just the streams aren't going to be as frequent as they were when Football Manager was at its absolute height. I mean, you just have to look at the viewing numbers that we've had on Twitch lately for the Football Manager stuff to see why it's not really, I don't want to say it's not worth my time, because obviously it is, but it's hard to justify spending every single evening sat in this room when view numbers are massively down. And that's not even a complaint. It's the nature of Football Manager content. It starts to happen at this time of year every year, and it's fine, and I know it's happening and I'm always ready for it, and I know it's coming and it doesn't bother me because I know views will be back when the new game comes out, and that's fine. So Sounds like somebody's at the door. Hopefully Anna's going to get that. But yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Is there a set I haven't got yet that I really want? Loads. I want all of the modular buildings for the Lego City. Hello.
Big boxes.
Okay, thank you.
They're outside.
Oh, have I got to bring them in? I've got to bring big boxes in. I don't even know what big boxes there would be. I've ordered some Elgato key lights for Anna's room, so it might be those. Yeah, I'm coming. None of that sounds like Lego, so that's boring. Yeah, that's the Elgato key lights for Anna's room. Because we did do a video in there today. Where have I got to here? What stage am I at? Oh, here. Yeah, we did a video in there today with the little key lights. There's one up here, and it was fine. But when you watch that video tomorrow, don't be too critical of the lighting. It's the best we could do without proper lighting in there. But that is a big box of lighting so that we can get her room appropriately lit up. Yeah, is there a set that I want that I haven't got yet? Definitely all the modulars. I will be getting as many of them as I can get my hands on. And then outside of them, I really want the Winnie the Pooh set. Have you seen the Winnie the Pooh set? Love Winnie the Pooh. So I will probably be picking up the Winnie the Pooh set at some point as well. But probably the most dangerous thing for a Lego collector, I am a man in his 40s with disposable income. So most of the sets that I've seen that I want, I have bought. There is a lot of Lego next to me. Which is going to be cool when it comes to sorting out the Lego rooms and setting up the Lego City. We've got a lot of stuff to be going on with. But I'm not exercising as much restraint as I probably need to do. What I need to do, and we go away tomorrow. We're away for like a week and a half. We're heading to Rome, we're heading to Edinburgh. I assume they're next to each other, or it's going to be a long trip in between the two of them. I think when we get back, we're going to have to set ourselves up a budget to work to. We've had our fun couple of months of just going bonkers. But now it's time to, okay, now we actually need to start budgeting. We can't spend the way we've been spending forever, because I will just end up in an enormous amount of debt. And that would not be good. Right, this is a new block we haven't used so far. Where do these little clear blocks go? Oh, okay, it looks like we're starting to build this bit that goes around the front. Which I think, because we've got the lighting kit for this, I don't know where it is, it's around here somewhere. I think these are some of the blocks that we end up either lighting behind or replacing, I'm not sure. But this whole front section, as well as the floodlights, this whole front section gets lit up as well when we get the lighting kit on. So that's going to be very, very cool. Where is this block that I'm looking for? There it is. Oh god, no, I'm doing this wrong. Let's hold it the right way round. So that goes there, and then that goes there. Okay, this is right. This is how it should be. The only problem with Lego is they don't keep sets around for long, so you have to get them or get them on, get them on eBay. I know. I mean, it's fine. It's fun. As a collector, it's certainly fun. And me and Anna have already had a little chat about it, and I think I am going to sell some of my other collections to help fund this one as well. Because this is the other thing about this, the reason we've gone so bonkers into it immediately, is unlike all of the other things I collect and have collected over the years, Anna's as into this as I am. So this is something we can actually do together, which is cool. So I'm happy to sell some wrestling figures, some comic books, some Funkos, to help fund this cool thing that we're going to be able to do together. So that's nice as well. Right, I think that goes on there like that. Okay, so we're now doing, so we're still going to have the seating bits, but we are doing the other side of it as well. And I guess this is maybe, does it have this on both sides, do we think? Because I thought we were building I don't know where this piece is going to go. We'll figure out where this piece is going to go. On the plus side, they retain value pretty well, so you can sell them on. That is one, yeah, that is one thing I have seen. Even if you like open them and build them, and this is something that as a collector of other things, this has blown my mind a little bit with Lego, because with Funkos, with wrestling figures, with everything else I've ever collected, really, Pokemon cards, as soon as you open them, they basically have not no value, but their value just falls through the floor. Whereas Lego, based on what I've been seeing, looking at the prices of some sets I'd like to buy, they may be, obviously used stuff is a little cheaper than the brand new stuff, but on the whole, something like this used, I imagine in 5 years' time, I'd be able to sell this as a used set for more than I've paid for it brand new now. Which, that blows my mind a bit. Because like I say, it's so different from anything else I've ever collected. So that's reassuring as well. Knowing that, yeah, we're spending a lot of money on it at the moment, but, you know, if it does all go badly wrong, we can just sell it all in the future and it'll be fine. Do they hold value even with the stickers on? Can't imagine buying one with some pieces that you can only use in one spot. I mean, yeah, because the stickers are... If you're buying a set, you're buying the set to build that set. I mean, sometimes you buy them built. It's not unusual on eBay to see, like, the modulars that I want, the modular buildings for the city. You can buy them built. Yes, which again is bonkers to me, because so much of the fun is in building it yourself. But there's definitely a market out there for sets that someone else has already built, put all the stickers on, and they're still more expensive than they would have been when they first came out, because they're so sought after, because they don't keep them on sale for very long. So from an investment point of view, unless the whole world decides it doesn't like Lego anymore, which seems pretty unlikely, I think it's a fairly safe investment. I think I saw a thing today where on average Lego sets increase in value by about 11% per year. That's for the new sealed ones, so it's a little bit different when I'm opening them and building them like I am. It's going to be a slightly lower amount, but apparently the average return on Lego sets in box is 11% a year, which is better than my investment portfolio has been doing in recent years. So to me, that means sell all the investments and buy Lego sets, because they're better. Lego values increase faster than gold. Yeah, I saw that as well. It is mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. I've just bought the Lego Museum and the Spider-Man head. I've got the Spider-Man head. It's awesome. I really want the museum. But because I've got nowhere to put it yet, I'm holding fire. I need to get the city up and running. But yeah, the museum does look cool. Really want that museum. Alright, so this piece goes on here. Cool. Still trying to process your kids have left home. How have I been watching you that long? I know. It's one of my favourite YouTube comments or TikTok comments that I get now, because it happens every time I mention it. A little upset none of you have said it, but I quite am enjoying the, but you don't look old enough to have grown-up kids. So, you know, if anyone wants to say that, I like hearing that. That makes me feel good. But yeah, I mean, I am only 41. It's the benefits of being a teenage pregnancy statistic. By the time you get into your late 30s, I mean, my eldest daughter is 22 now. Is that right? Yeah, she turned 22 this year. So, you know, it's pretty tough when you are the teenage pregnancy statistic. You have to sell all your Lego, as we talked about before. But not that I'm suggesting all the teenagers watching go out and get pregnant immediately. But certainly when you get to my age, as long as you don't keep having them, that's the mistake people make. They keep having them. They have one at 18, but then they're having another one at like 32. That's madness. You're never going to get your own space, your own money, your own free time then. That's mad. Don't look a day over 40. I'll take it. I will take that all the time. Have I gone to my local takeaway to get tubs yet? I have. I'll level with you. I skim read the chat. I looked up and saw takeaway and tubs in the same comment and was like, right, getting that band hammer ready. But no, it actually wasn't someone calling me fat for once. So that was nice. But I was immediately, the alert went off in my head. Right. Where did we get to? Oh, we've got 2 of these back bits. Okay. I don't think I want kids yet, nearly 40. Don't have them then. I couldn't imagine having more kids now. I mean, they're great and all that. They're all right. Certainly, I've done that though. And I know for some people, it is like their reason for living. It's all they want out of life. Have as many kids as possible, then have as many grandkids as possible. For me, it was like, yeah, I've done that. I don't want to give them back. They're good. But I certainly don't want any more. Because I've got me things that I want to do. I actually want to live my life as well. Which some people consider really selfish. Someone put a comment in one of the TikToks where we were showing off it might have been on YouTube actually, where we were showing off the Lego room. And we're like, well, where will your kids, when your kids come to visit, where will they sleep? And my reaction to that, I mean, I didn't put this because, again, I don't want people to think I'm a complete monster, but I'll say it out of my mouth. I just won't type it. This is starting to look really cool from this side. Because the honest answer is, I don't care as long as it's not here. That's the number one concern. As long as it's not here, I don't really mind where they sleep. There's plenty of hotels. It's certain, and it is important to note as well, those 2 rooms have been empty for a year. And none of them have come to stay. So I'm not going to keep half of the bedrooms in our house empty just in case at some point one of my kids wants to come and stay for a couple of days. I can get a hotel. I'll use the house that I'm paying for my things. Obviously, if one of them was like, Dad, I need to come and live, I need to come home, I need to come and live there, then we'd do something about that. But I'm not keeping it as a spare room. By do something about that, I mean we'd move and not tell them where we'd gone. I'm not that much of a monster, am I? I might be that much of a monster. They can sleep on the sofa. Exactly. Exactly. Just get a static caravan and stick it in the garden. Exactly. Build a shed and they can live there. Exactly. Isn't my child under 18? No. Well, Amy turns 18 in June. So Amy's 17, but lives an hour and a half away. She has her own car. I mean, when Amy came over at the weekend, she drove. You know, she is an adult. She might only be 17, but she's an adult. So, yeah. There's just no reason to keep a room for them. And she understood that. She was fine with it. She's very excited because I'm going to get her to come and paint clouds on the wall in there for the Lego City. So she's going to get more pleasure out of that room in that... Have I done this right? Yeah. She's going to get more pleasure that day painting clouds than she has knowing that there's an empty room here for her for the last year. Or realistically, it's probably been 3 years since Amy's used that room. She might have used it once at Christmas a couple of years ago, but that room's pretty much been empty for 3 years. Andy's room's been empty for over a year. So, it all makes sense to me. If the worst happens, there's a floor, probably a blanket kicking about if you're lucky. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, ultimately, my My dad hasn't kept my bedroom for me. We visited my dad at Christmas. Didn't sleep there. Lives over an hour away. Didn't sleep there though. Never have since the day I moved out when I was 18. I've never once spent the night in that house. But we visited over Christmas, and what was my bedroom is now an art studio. And if you think we've gone bonkers making a Lego room, you should see what he's done to that room. It is like full-on art studio. Stuff all over the walls. There's no way you could put a bed in there. That Lego room we've got upstairs, if you absolutely had to, you could push the desk against the wall and put an inflatable bed in there, and someone could sleep in there. No way could anyone sleep in my dad's studio. Rafa's got an art studio. Exactly. Rafa loves painting. Can't believe your dad didn't keep your room. You could have put your Lego in there. Exactly. Exactly. My mum waited a month after I left and it became the cat's room. Well, that's the thing. Dave moved into Andy's room the night Andy moved out. It's like he was waiting for it. Dave didn't set foot in there the whole time Andy lived here because they didn't really get on. We got Dave originally because we were told Andy would bond well with a dog. He absolutely didn't. They never really got on. They never really went near each other. But the moment Andy moved out, Dave moved in. It's like, oh, I'm not paying for my dog to have a bedroom. That's bonkers. I'd rather have it for toys. Where are we? I sleep and my mum's grateful for having me when I stay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in... what have I done wrong here? I've done something wrong. I have done something wrong. There's a block that needed to go in there. If my kids were at the point where they couldn't afford to stay in a hotel and they really, really wanted to come and stay and really, really couldn't afford a hotel, I'd probably pay for them to go to a hotel. That makes more sense than just keeping an empty room for them just in case. Right, I know, I thought there was a piece missing again. There wasn't. But I imagine this is going to be an ongoing discussion throughout the early days of this channel. People who know us of old and remember the family vlogs, which it's always worth pointing out to people. The daily vlog ended over 5 years ago now. It's not like we stopped vlogging yesterday and kicked the kids out and built a Lego room. It's the daily vlog ran from 2017 to 2019. It's been finished much longer than it was actually a thing for. So yeah, it's not like it's sprung up out of nowhere. This is so cool. This is coming together. Make a Lego bed. Exactly. Exactly. My room became the storage room. That's what we've been using the rooms as for a long time. But we've got a storage unit. We don't need a storage room. Oh, hold on. Let's pop that on the end there. And ultimately, if we end up with a third YouTube plaque because we've become successful Lego creators, then at that point we'd be able to get a bigger house and the kids could have rooms again. So, you know, it all loops back round anyway. That we might be getting a little ahead of ourselves there, but you know, I know how to build a YouTube channel. This isn't my first rodeo. Maybe we'll end up super successful Lego creators. Although, looking around the internet, there doesn't seem to be too many of them. It seems to be quite a rare thing. And I'm trying to work out if that's because there's not that much interest in it. But then you look at the ones who are successful and they're mega successful. So then I'm like, okay, well, what? I haven't yet worked out what their secret sauce is. Other than some of them have got some absolutely enormous Lego cities in their house, which, I mean, obviously I can't compete with that. If that's what it comes down to, then we're never going to be huge in this category. But if it's just looking for somebody to make good quality videos, I think I can get to the point where I'm doing that. I realise it's early days for us at the moment, and I'm not there yet. But, like I say, not my first rodeo. I know what I'm doing. This is getting high on this side. Really high. If the Lego channel hits 100k before Lujo 2, I'll lose my mind. New target. That's the. If anyone hasn't subscribed to Block Party yet on YouTube, go do it now, boys and girls. We want Topher to lose his mind because it's funny when Topher gets cross. It's one of my favourites. Reviews and Lego vlogs are the thing. Lego YouTube peaked during COVID like everything else though. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain about stuff like that. I benefited as much as anybody from genres blowing up during COVID. So that's fine. I can live with that. Right, we're adding another. Oh God. Come on, clip in. I think this is the last one on this base. So we're probably going to do another base because we go all the way around now, and now we're building something to go on top of that with these last couple of pieces that we've got sat here. So I think this is, oh, it's the scoreboard. We're doing the scoreboard. Awesome. So the score is 5-0 apparently. There you go. 5-0. Doesn't say who they were playing, but the score is 5-0. Why aren't I watching Peterborough? I mean, my TV's on. Do I need to be glued to the screen? I don't have the attention span to watch football like that. Football's only ever one of several things happening in the room. I never just exclusively watch football. There we go. So that is on. So we now have an entire corner and a scoreboard. Oh, hold on. We've got these little pieces. We actually need to put some pieces down here. Where are we putting them? Why is that? Why have they left? Can you see that? There's two little gaps on the base plate. Why have they been left to this point to fill in? I don't understand. Oh, I now see what piece is missing from there. It's one of the little triangles, which I think is inside. I don't know how I'm going to get it out. I might just accept that that little triangle lives in there now. And hope that we've got another one of them in here somewhere. A little triangle grey piece. Otherwise, at some point, I'm going to have to disassemble this side of the ground. No. And find that little piece. I need some Lego organisation. That's going to be an upcoming video. We need some kind of organisation. Because at the moment, all the spare Lego just lives in this tub. Struggled to find you on YouTube. Subscribed. Thank you very much for the struggle. I think it's because it's a new channel with a new name. It doesn't necessarily show straight up in the algorithm. Right, that is that corner done. We are now building the next section. Tell you what, if everyone follows me on Twitch and YouTube, I'll follow your Lego channel. That's not how it works. Looking like you've lost a lot of weight. I don't know exactly how much it is. It's around 30-35 pounds at this point since the start of the year. So I am at the point now where my trousers are falling down. In fact, that reminds me, what's the weather like in Rome at the moment? It says on the weather app on my phone it's like 18 to 22 degrees, but my brain doesn't really translate the numbers to what it actually feels like, and I don't know if I need to be taking shorts or not, but I tried on my shorts earlier and they're all too big for me. So if I need shorts for the next few days, I need to go and buy some shorts, which is not ideal. Because I think, although I've lost weight, I still don't think I've lost weight down to normal shop sizes. I think I've just dropped a Giacomo size probably. So I don't think I'm going to be able to walk into a normal shop and just buy a pair of shorts that will fit me. I've not been able to do that in my entire adult life. So I think I might just be warm. This is basically where me and Anna got to. I think I'm probably just going to be a bit hot, because I've left it too late to realise that I might want to take some shorts. That's a warm April day. I mean, I don't really know what that means. But I think that's roughly what the temperature was like when we were on holiday in Tenerife last year. And that was definitely shorts weather. So I feel like I probably need some shorts. Just buy some shorts, you've still got time. Yeah, but I can't, because I don't think I mean, we are going to a shopping centre on the way to the airport tomorrow. I say on the way. We're driving an hour past the airport to go to a shopping centre because they've got a Lego store. So we're going to Bluewater tomorrow, which I've never been to before. We're flying from Stansted, but we're going to go early and go via Bluewater. So I might see if they've got some shorts for me. Hello, Anna. Anna's here.
I sent you a text message.
You sent me a text message. Why are you whispering? Everyone can hear you because we've got the Anna mic on.
Where am
How many days am I packing for?
Where is the camera?
There.
Ah. Oh.
You're going to have to come around this side. If people, there you go. I don't know where to duck. There you go. Anna's here. We leave tomorrow morning. What are you shushing?
I don't want people.
I've literally just told them.
Oh.
We leave tomorrow morning. We get back Tuesday night. So, yeah, that's how many days you're packing for.
How many?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 6, but one of them you'll be wearing those clothes because one of them is tomorrow.
What
So
have you done to your fan?
I've broken it. I'm going to fix it though. Don't touch it.
Kevin.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's fixable.
I'm not touching it.
So pack for 5 days and have some clothes to wear tomorrow. There you go. I prefer Bad Rhino over Giacomo. I've never really got on with Bad Rhino. They're always young person clothes, I've found. I just want normal clothes, not fashionable clothes. I just live in jeans and t-shirts, and Bad Rhino makes me want to... seems to be pushing the kind of stuff that I wouldn't wear most of the time. Oh, what have I done here? I've done something wrong. Have I done something wrong? I've definitely done something wrong. Yeah, so for a start... Oh, I've got to go back multiple stages. I don't know what I've done here. Right, we're going back. Anna's distracted me, and we're definitely going back. If you're going to Bluewater, don't forget the Dartford crossing charge. I have the prepayment thing set up for that, so that's fine. Right, so we've moved back to this stage because I've done something wrong, and I don't know what. Right, even at this stage I did something wrong. God, how many blocks did I push in while Anna was distracting me? Oh, now she's phoning me. She's going to say, how many days? Hello? Okay. Well, now at least you know it wasn't me before. Okay, bye-bye. She told me I'd turned the dryer off earlier, but apparently it's gone off again and I've been in here, so it's definitely not my fault. The dryer's playing up. Because, of course, Anna has left it until the evening she needs to pack in order to wash her clothes. Her ADHD diagnosis has been prioritised again with the doctors, so fingers crossed soon she'll have that. And then she'll have an excuse for leaving everything to the last minute. Right, that goes in there. So we're putting the little Technic pins in to hold everything together. Love how she phones me to ask questions. I mean, she's up in the kitchen, so she was just telling me that the dryer has gone off again. But it's easier than coming all the way back down here because our kitchen's the floor above. And the bedroom where she is, I mean, she might even be as far as the bedroom now, is the floor above that. So it's a lot of coming up and downstairs. New to the stream, but watching the Tamworth and Burton videos while working. Loved it. Wanted to keep it up, mate. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Right. We're continuing to put these little pins in so that we can connect the two bits together that we've made, I guess. So I think the pins kind of make it slot together and hold it in place. Because we're building it in 4 quarters and then you kind of use the pins to attach it all together afterwards. So we need a little diagonal wang jangler there. And then we've got these little red tiles. I don't know what we're doing with the little red tiles, but apparently we're having little red tiles. Thought she was saying ban that butthead. No. She wouldn't ring to say that, she'd just do it. She's an admin. Don't worry. Right, let's get these bits of red in. And then we need some bits of yellow. Right. Are we? Yeah, we're now back on track. We are officially back on track, boys and girls. So we need these big white ones. Where was I? Yeah, so we're going to Blue Water tomorrow, which I've never been to before, because they've got a Lego store. So I might see if I can get some shorts while I'm there. What a long way of telling a really boring story. Oh, I apologise for taking up 10 minutes of your life with the I might go and buy some clothes tomorrow story. But it does mean we've got 3 Lego store vlogs coming up in the next week or so. They won't all be released straight away, but that'll be content for the channel, which is nice. We'll have Blue Water, and then Rome and Edinburgh as new stamps in our little Lego passports that I must remember to pack, because I'll be heartbroken if I don't have them with me. Although I guess at the moment the only stamp they've got in them is Milton Keynes, so worst case scenario, if I forget to pack them, I can just get new ones at Blue Water tomorrow, and then the next time we're in Milton Keynes, just take it and get that stamp again. So it wouldn't be the end of the world, I suppose, if I forgot them. Probably more of a problem if we forget our actual passports. Have I done the Lego store in London? Many times, but not to create content. So me and Anna have got a couple of days planned in London for April, where we've booked tickets to the Lego art exhibition on Brick Lane, which, by the way, what a location for it. But we're going to go down there. We've got tickets to go and see that, and we're going to do all of the Lego store, all 4 London Lego stores in one day for a video. So that'll be 2 videos, all 4 Lego stores, and then the art exhibition as well. But the only one I've not been to is the one at West, the other, what I refer to as the other Westfield. I'm a Westfield Stratford man. I've not been to the Lego store at the other Westfield. So that's the only one we've not done. We've done Leicester Square, I've done Battersea Power Station, and obviously done Stratford. I go to the one in Stratford every time I'm there. So yeah, that will be fun. There's a Lego shop in Stansted. I work at the airport, so I know. Oh, Philip, you wonderful human being. Although our flight is at like 6:20 in the morning. So is that going to be open when we're passing through at 5 AM? If it is, guess who's building Lego on the plane? Lakeside had its Miller and Carter's. I don't know what that means. The burning question is, do I keep watching and silencing my alarm? Yes. You have no idea what you just done. Yeah, I'll build Lego on the plane. I'll buy the Concorde and build it on the plane. That would be fun. Right. These bits are so complicated to build. So... what? That goes in like that. But then I definitely have a piece missing again. Why do I keep missing pieces? Yeah, that piece should be in there. Okay. So it is kind of coming together for another one of these corner pieces. I got the Lego Speed Champion Mustang. I haven't got any of the cars because I'm not really a car guy. Although, talking of the car, we need to have a conversation on my next stream. The next Football Manager stream, we're going to talk about cars. Because I got a message from the leasing company today saying, your lease is almost due. It's time for you to pick a new car. So, we need to pick a new car. But we're not going to do that today. I did notice that getting the SUV version of a Tesla was the same price as getting the Kia Sportage. I assumed I was getting a Kia Sportage. But, what is it, the Tesla Y? Was the same price, so we might. I'm trying to convince Anna we should get a Tesla. Try and get a Lego Boeing 737. It'll probably have the same build quality as the actual plane. That works for me. Sounds fun. I'm flying Ryanair. Their planes are always good. Can't complain about a good old Ryanair plane. Right, I've lost where these little red pieces need to go. So one there, and then you go there. And now it's a case of finding where this final red piece, because there was supposed to be 3 that went in that section. And I wonder if I've somehow already done it, because I can't see it. And I also can't see a gap where it should have been. I wonder if I've already put it in there, actually. Maybe I've already done that bit. I think I'm jumping ahead of myself. That's the problem. Right, we need 5 of these. We're getting organised again. No supposed to build Lego on Ryanair unless it's those little bags. Well, we've got the... we're sitting in the front row, I think. We certainly have paid for the extra leg room, because I can't fit in a normal Ryanair thing. I have a lot of leg. So Anna's going to get some dirty looks, because she's going to be sat there in one of the extra leg room seats with her feet dangling, not even touching the floor. All 5 foot nothing of her. But it's either that or she doesn't get to sit next to me. And can you imagine not sitting next to me? What would she do? She'd be so upset. So she gets one of the extra legroom seats, and everyone else would just have to put up with it. Right, just slotting these bits in for a little bit of support along this base, and then it's just a case of covering it with all these grey bits. Electric cars in the UK is still a bit rough. Yeah. Does Kev know why Boeing is funny? No idea. Why would I? Absolutely no idea. I'm sure there's a reason. Don't need to know what it is. Stuff like that does not interest your old pal Kev. The joke went over his head. I mean, was it a joke? Why was it a joke? Was it a topical joke, Tophet? Because you know full well I don't pay any attention to the news deliberately. So if it's something that's been in the news and you haven't told me about it, then I don't know about it. Because of my policy of not messing around with news. It was topical. Then why would I know about it? The reason I managed to get so much work done is because I don't waste all my time keeping up to date with what's going on in the world. I work on a need-to-know basis, and if I need to know something, someone will tell me about it. And as no one has told me about it, I obviously don't need to know it. Amazon deal. Amazon sale starts next week. Should be some good deals. That's terrifying. This is the worst possible time for an Amazon sale. Alright. Oh, look at this beautiful base that's coming together. What a wonderful thing. Oh, that one doesn't clip in right. Certainly got some oomph to it. Stick that one in as well, and then one more of those. And then we've got to stick these ones across there. And then, guess what we're doing then? We're building more of those bits to go on it. But these bits are such a lovely little break from having to do the bits that people sit on. Ugh. Amazon sale just as we're about to move house. We're not moving house, Topher. You might be. That's not me. Remember, it's all about me. My word. I'll let you know in advance anything you want to look out for. What, on the Amazon sale? I don't really want to spend any more money at the moment. It's quite good that I'm going to be out of the country, I think. Although if it's next week, I'll be back. Although, to be fair, still out of the country because I'm going to be in Scotland next week. So it's still basically out of the country, isn't it? This, again, and I don't know why it's done this. It did it on the other plate as well. So we built this whole thing to then put the stand on. But for some reason, it leaves those 3 studs exposed. And then we just covered them as the last step. And it was baffling. Why are we not covering them now? I don't really understand. You seem young to be doing Lego streams. My guess is you're 32 at most. There you go. That's a good guess. It's a very good guess. So I guess this is then going to clip on there. I'm not going to clip it all together yet. And then the pitch will go in there. So we are getting there, boys and girls. We are getting there. So we now need bag 10. Because we're going to start adding stuff onto that. We are close to being through this first set of bags. I think it's just the one bag 10. I think it may be to help with orientation, helps me look at the picture. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Best FM24 Wonder Kids. I don't look at Wonder Kid lists. Right, is that all the pieces out of there? Of course it is. When it gets remodeled, you'll have to get another Lego set. I don't think they're going to make any more football stadiums, unfortunately. So we're immortalising the Nou Camp as it was when I went. I'm going to get a little Lego minifig thing to represent myself and put it in the seat that I sat in when I went last year. It'll be fine. Chelsea are currently closer to relegation than they are to the top four. It's fairly standard, isn't it? It's pretty typical for Chelsea over the last few years. I don't see that that's even newsworthy. Other breaking news, rain is wet. And Kev's handsome. Right. Where's my little turny thing? Pop that on there. There we go. I recognise this shape very much at this point. We've done a lot of this shape. I'm getting a load of text messages through. Stop sending me loads of text messages, you monsters. Not you. My family trying to communicate with me. Silence that. They're the only people who ever text me. Alright, so those pesky children again, probably asking if they can come and stay over. No, you can't. You had your opportunity. I gave you a year. You didn't come. Now there's nowhere for you to stay. How many bits are we supposed to... So 6, is that right? Yeah. So that goes on there. Little thing. Dortmund are winning, are they? Because of course that does have a direct impact on travel plans. Although, now I'm saying it, I am hoping that I haven't booked that London trip that I was just talking about for the one time, for when Dortmund's home match will be in the next round of the Champions League. Because if I have, I've already paid for a hotel and and tickets to the art show thing, so it ain't happening. It completely slipped my mind. So when would the next round be if they do get through? I can't remember the exact dates we're going. It's certainly a Wednesday though, towards the end of the month. Whoops. Really loved your cruise log. Hope you and Anna are keeping well. We are. Thank you very much. Get them in the chat if they want you during a stream. Exactly. Hopefully for you it's Dortmund versus Arsenal and that's the Arsenal home game. I mean, like I'd get tickets for that. I'd have no chance. And plus, I'd have to be in the Dortmund end. Rules of the matchday vlog. So I'd have to watch Arsenal from the away end, which would be an uncomfortable experience. That I feel like someone in there would out me and I'd get beaten up. Because I've not been to a football match in many years without being recognised by somebody. It's almost as if my followers hang out at football matches. So if there's a place I'm going to get recognised, it will be a football match. So probably best to stay away from the wrong end of football stadiums. Because football fans get all angry, don't they? Angry Grumpusauruses. When's the next East 5 stream? A week today. Because I am off to Italy tomorrow. But then I'm back on Tuesday. And then I'll be streaming Football Manager on Wednesday next week. Because I will be reminding everybody to come to the match. Because the following weekend I'm at the East 5 match. So there'll definitely be an East 5 stream this time next week, because that'll be the last time I can stream before I go up to Scotland, because that'll be my last ditch reminding everybody to come to the match, so it's not just me and Alfie. Oh, I can't clip it together. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Did I book the Novotel at Southampton direct? Just wondering how you got a taxi as part of the booking. I booked it through some kind of, it was like cruise parking website. I forget what they were called. I just googled car parking in Southampton or cruise car parking in Southampton, and it gave me an option that included a hotel, and then it presented me with a load of hotels, so I picked the cheapest one, and then when I went to book it, it asked me if I wanted to have a taxi transfer as well, and I said yes. So whatever the price was, I can't remember what the price was, it included the hotel stay, the car parking, and the taxi transfer. Only one way. On the way back, we had to pay for our own taxi. I mean, I guess we paid for the taxi both ways, but it was just included in whatever we paid to book the hotel initially. But yeah, I can't remember the name of the website. You're not watching the Peterborough match? I am watching the Peterborough. Why do people think I'm not watching? Do you lot genuinely just sit there staring at the TV when football is on? Maybe it's just my brain doing my brain things. I just can't imagine just sitting there just watching the TV, even if it's not football. I always have my laptop or my phone or my iPad or something. I would never just sit there looking at a TV. I'd be so bored. Even when I'm at a match, I've always got my phone out. I don't have the attention span to just sit there watching people kick a ball around. It's not that engaging, boys and girls. Even last night with the Arsenal match, when I wasn't streaming, I was doing other stuff and just kind of aware it was on and looking up when noises were made. But I don't just sit there and watch the match. Can't do it. Never been able to do it. I get too worried if I'm not only watching Liverpool. Anyone else, I'm not bothered. I only go on my phone when there's a break or the game is dead. Weird. I literally just look up when it seems like something's happening, which is harder to do, to be fair, with the sound off, and the sound has to be off because I'm streaming. But I am glancing up to check the score every now and again, and obviously if the screen starts moving around really fast, then it means there's probably a goal and they're trying to keep up with the celebrations of the person who scored. But I don't need to sit and watch the whole match. Goodness me. Goodness me. No wonder you people don't get anything done. I'm starting to understand why people say I have more hours in my day than they do. It's because I don't... I mean, I never just sit in front of the TV, ever. Ever. Never have. Always doing something else. You have us to say if a football happens, exactly. Although I don't know, because I'm using the chat off of Restream rather than straight off of Twitch like I normally would. So I don't actually know how up to date the chat is. I only watch the entire game if I'm at the ground because I've paid for it. If it's on the TV, I have my phone out mostly. I mean, I've paid for it whether I'm at the ground or at home. So it doesn't really make a difference to me. Right, it's sticker time again. We need an O and an L. So we'll start with the L. So actually, I think this is the bit we're doing. It's not this side, it's this side. So L first at the bottom. This is the L in club. So you can see we've already got the C there. So yeah, this is the bit that's going to go there. Okay. And then we need the O. Oh, it's not an O, it's a Q. It just looks like an O. Sticker number 4. These stickers are so fiddly. I need to get some tweezers or something. People keep saying you can use these to put the stickers on. I can't get my head around how you do that. I don't know. But yeah, so that'll be there. That makes sense. How much is this set? When is the Emirates set being released? Unfortunately, don't think there's going to be an Emirates set because I think they've discontinued the football stadium line. They did 3. None of them are currently like active current releases. So there was this, the Bernabeu and Old Trafford. But the most recent one was released. I think this was the most recent one and was released like 2 years ago. And they don't currently have a football stadium available, so I don't think they sold very well. I can't imagine Americans bought a lot of European football stadiums. So I doubt we're going to get an Emirates or a Wembley or anything like that. I paid more for the set than it would have cost when it was new, because it's a retired set now, so I had to pay a little bit over the odds because I wanted it. So I paid about £350 for it. I think when it was new it was £250. I'm sure there'll be someone here who bought it when it was new who can correct me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, I think it was £250 when it first came out. Give me a Highbury set. Oh, a Highbury set would be lovely, yeah. I mean, I imagine most football clubs do have their deals with the knockoff Lego companies, and you can probably get construction kits for stadiums. But, and I will probably look into that for, like I say, the Emirates, Wembley, if there's a Highbury one as well. I'd probably get all of them. I'm not so precious about it that, oh no, I won't touch it, it's not official Lego. I don't care. If it's not available, I'm sure I'll get some of the Pokemon stuff at some point as well. I've done the little Pokemon mini sets before. They're awesome. So yeah, I'm not that precious about it. But this is official Lego. What do I do as a main job? Content creation. So my main channel is a Football Manager channel. But I also have a travel channel. I've previously done daily vlogs as well. So this is like, I guess this would be the 4th strand to my content creator bow. Well, I don't do the vlogs anymore. That finished many years ago, but I still do weekly travel videos, daily Football Manager videos. I stream most days on Twitch, Football Manager. And now we do this as well. Got the Lego. So this will be, I mean, it is part of the business. Not making any money yet, but only a matter of time before we get this channel monetized as well. And this just becomes another section of the empire. Maybe the mythical dream is busy when Football Manager's not strand that I've been looking for many years. Because I would love to not have to earn all my money in the 3 months before Christmas and then spread it out over the rest of the year. That would be lovely. So if Lego can be popular all year round, that would be really handy. Any other sport I enjoy watching? No, don't really watch any other sport. I love Football Manager, but can't seem to get into a save that keeps me glued to it anymore. Try East Fife. We're having a lot of fun. That's the save we're doing on Twitch at the moment. And we're having a lot of fun with East Fife. So it's a tough save because you start in the 4th tier in Scotland, and if you're going to try and win the Champions League from there, that's quite hard to do. Haven't done it yet. Is that hard? Alright, popping another one of these little wang janglers in, which goes like that, and then this goes onto the little base just here, which in turn, if we just move this down a little bit, when the time comes, it's certainly not the time yet to link it all together, but when the time comes, that will clip in there and become that side of the stadium, and then the pitch will go in the front there like that. So we're now officially over a quarter of the way through. Wow. We have been doing this for 4.5 hours now, and we're a quarter of the way through. If you want something that will keep you busy for a week or two, get yourself a really big Lego set. This is 5,509 pieces in this set, and it's certainly keeping me occupied, that's for sure. Good value for money. in terms of pounds per minute of entertainment. See, they just did a close-up on a posh player, so I immediately look up. It's in my peripheral vision, so I saw there was a close-up on a player, so I immediately had a quick look up. Oh, is that because he's scored? No, it wasn't. I don't know why they did a close-up on him. But it was an immediate glance up to see why we had a close-up of him. I enjoyed watching you non-league and picking your place to live on your wage was class. That is my jam. My next save is going to be loads of fun. I'm trying to recruit a non-league team to work with properly. So I'm basically getting them to send in audition tapes at the moment to see who I'm going to manage. I don't know how many of them are going to play along. I've not had an audition video yet, which is it's been more than 24 hours. It's potentially alarming. There's a few of them who said they're going to get one done over the weekend though, because I guess when you get down into non-league, most of these clubs aren't there during the week, are they? I didn't really think of that when I put the request out on a Tuesday. Most of them aren't going to be at the ground again until Saturday, so I guess the ones that are going to do it are probably going to do it this weekend, and we'll get them sent over. The first one has sent one in, have they? Who is the first? I haven't seen that yet. That must have come in since I started streaming. Who is the first one? That's cool. Am I looking forward to WrestleMania this year? Not really. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't really watch WWE. I kind of keep track of the storylines, but I haven't watched any WWE as it was happening for many years. Many years. But I'll keep up to date with the storylines. It's something we can have a conversation about when it's happened, because I'll know what's gone on. Oh, Shepshed Dynamo. Okay. So they play at their stadium's called Butthole Lane. And apparently their email that they sent to me was the best email I got. I almost just picked them straight away, because in the email they said, we play at Butthole Lane, and yes, our fans really do sing, if you like it up the butthole, clap your hands. Apparently that is a thing that their fans sing. So that sounds incredible, and they're going to take some beating. Plus, they're just down the road as well. They're in Leicestershire, aren't they? So they're probably one of the geographically closest clubs on the list. So it is interesting. I mean, it'll be a vote when the time comes. Once I've had all of the applications in, I'll do a video that'll basically be me showing them all. And then I will invite the viewers to vote, and whoever wins the vote is the club we do the next save with whenever that happens. So we're not in a huge rush at the moment, but it'll be nice to know in advance of the save starting who we're going to manage, because then we can do things like make sure that we're able to film with them in plenty of time and that kind of thing. So will be cool. Looking forward to it as and when it happens. Where did I get the Nou Camp from? I bought it on Amazon. It is a retired set now, so you can't buy them from the Lego store anymore. But yeah, it was on Amazon. It was a little bit more than it cost when it first came out, but it's a cool set, so I wasn't against paying a little bit extra for it. As someone who's about to embark on building a Lego city and is going to need to get some of the retired modular buildings, this isn't going to be the last set that I buy for more than it cost when it first came out, I'm sure. So I need to not be squeamish about that. If I'm serious about getting a Lego city up and running, I think, which I am, I cannot wait. I spend so much time planning that. It's ridiculous. I've got diagrams, all sorts of things. I cannot wait to get started on that. Right, I've done something wrong here. There should be a black 2x2 in there. There we go. Magic. Where am I going to put this stuff? Well, we've got a 4-bed house. One of the bedrooms is this office, so there'll be a lot in here. And then the room above is going to be our Lego city. And then the room above that is our Lego room. So there's only 2 of us living in a 4-bed house. So we have plenty of room to fill with Lego. So we're not too worried on that front. My room looks packed. Yeah, it is quite full, but a lot of it is going to be moving into my storage unit. I rotate my collections quite a lot. I've got a storage unit that's absolutely rammed as well. But I am going to sell a few bits as well, because Lego is an expensive hobby. So we are going to be selling a few bits. I'm going to sell some wrestling figures, sell some Funko Pops. I mean, I don't think my Funko Pops have been out on display since I was in the garage. They might have very briefly been in this house, but I think when we moved here, the Funko Pops were relegated because the wrestlers went in. So I think I've got a lot of the wrestling figures. I've got 2 of each one. I got one to play with and display, and then one still boxed to keep for the future. So I think I'll keep the boxed ones. But if the loose ones aren't going to be on display anymore, I think I'll be selling a lot of the loose ones. And same with Pokemon cards. I've got a lot of Pokemon cards that I've opened. But I've also got a lot of sealed Pokemon cards as well. So I'll probably sell some of the sealed stuff. Some of the Pokemon cards I've got are like 3 or 4 years old now, and are starting to be worth more than they were when I bought them. So it might be a little early to sell if I was in it from a purely investment perspective, but I'll have made back more than what I paid for them, and it'll free up some space in the storage unit. So we might sell some of that stuff as well. Right, we're doing stickers again. 2 U's. So let's get this U on. And then we have another U. Yeah. Making sure I was putting that in the right place. Well, that could have been problematic. And that clips in. There. U. Is it 2 manuals? Yes, it's 2 manuals. The fake Lego stadiums don't look that good. Just checked out Highbury in the Emirates. That's a reason to not get them, I guess. Fingers crossed we cause a resurgence in people who are into football and into Lego, and they decide to do another one and make it Wembley or something. I think, because the thing is, I think if they were to do a Wembley, I think that would sell massively in the UK. Probably less worldwide. But it just seems a bit weird doing 2 Spanish teams and Manchester United and not doing Wembley as one of the first ones you do, because it just seems like a bit of a no-brainer doing Wembley. AEW losing money hand over fist, so I might want to hang on to them in case Daddy Khan pulls the plug. I mean, Daddy Khan isn't paying for it, is he? Tony Khan's a billionaire in his own right, remember? Yes, he got his start from Daddy, but he owns multiple businesses in his own right, and even if Daddy disowned him tomorrow, he is still a billionaire just as himself. So he would have to decide to stop funding his own passion rather than Daddy pulling the plug, which seems a lot less likely, doesn't it? Penalty. Right, we're looking up. Penalty to Posh, I hope. Yeah, somebody's lying down on the floor, rolling around. So Posh have a penalty. We get Fatty Evans just sat there being a monster. Hate him. Hate him so much. Right. Come on, are we going to get to see this penalty or what? How do you know AEW are losing money? They're not in the stock market. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, exactly. People assume they are because they're not making as much money as WWE are. But, like I say, Tony Khan's a billionaire. At most, he'll be losing maybe double-figure millions. It's not going to make a crack in his investment, and it's his passion thing, isn't it? I'm talking about spending loads of money on Lego. I imagine I'm spending proportionately less on my Lego collection based on my income than Tony Khan is spending on his wrestling company. It's just his thing that he's always wanted to do and now he's getting to do. So unless he has to stop, why would he stop? The danger would be if one of his other businesses got in financial trouble and he needed money. But it seems unlikely. Will I get perma-banned if I say Steve Evans is the best manager in League One? I mean, you'll get laughed out of here. You won't get banned. We'll just feel sorry for you for being a bit dumb. Bless your cotton socks. Don't think I've got the brains to build the Camp Nou. I mean, really, it's not that hard. It is, it's quite a lot of doing the same thing over and over again, building these bits here. You're just doing a lot of those and then linking them together. It's not a hugely brain intensive thing. It's a big build, but it's not a particularly difficult one. So I think it's something anyone could do if it was something they were interested in, something they were motivated to do. I don't think it has a particularly high difficulty level. He says, as he can't clip everything together. There you go. Boom. Slot that bit in as well. And then this is that the next bit on there? Yeah. So this clips in there. In the book, it's confusing. This confused me on the first corner as well, because it shows them like at opposite ends. And it's like, well, that's not how they go. They're literally going to be next to each other. Don't show me them at opposite ends. Let's clip them together, he says. Oh, there you go. Looking for the little clips. There we go. We are getting somewhere, look. There is a stadium starting to take place. TikTok can't see. There is a stadium starting to take place there. Very nice. And we're on to bag 11. We might actually get through the first half of bags tonight, because there's a whole separate box, and I don't even know where I think the other box is in here. No, it's just a load of loose bags of Lego in there. So this box is still full of Lego. I've got a separate box down there, but that box is still absolutely full of Lego. Shouldn't it be the Camp Old, as it's having a huge rebuild? I think you should take that up with Barcelona. See what they've got to say about it. Have I budgeted for the Lego City? That could get crazy expensive. One thing is for sure. I mean, we talked a little bit about that an hour or so back, I guess. We are going to be putting some budgets and limits in place when we get back from this trip. We have just kind of gone bonkers for the last month or so. We can't carry on like that, but at the same time, I don't think we would need to, because we're at the point now where we've both got everything we want in the short term. Pretty much all of the current sets that we want we now own, apart from the modulars. But I don't need to get them because they're not going to go off sale. So there's not a huge amount that we need to buy in the immediate future. I want that Batman set that comes out on the 1st of April. So I'll be getting that. And then once I've built everything that we've currently got, I'll start doing like collecting up the next set of modulars and stuff that I want for the city. But I'm not in a rush to like have a finished Lego City by the summer or anything mad like that. This is like, I am starting a Lego City, and it's going to be an ongoing long-term project that probably won't ever be finished, because once it's finished, what on earth do I do with it then? The fun of it is making it. I don't want it to be finished, so if it ever gets close to finished, the most likely scenario is tear it down and start again. Topher, you're there, aren't you? Are you a mod on TikTok? I think you are. That Pilchard, who's always being a Pilchard, is back. Davy Coops, if we can just ban them, please. They're already banned from the other one, but they love me so much they've had to come in here and start trolling. In fact, I wonder if I can ban him without having to use the keyboard. Yeah, I can. So let's just block Davy Coops. I hope I blocked him and didn't accidentally block someone else there. Yeah, he's blocked. So that's him gone again. What a wally. He really, I mean, it's pretty clear. He just fancies me. That's why he's always in here having his say. How much is the Lego Camp Nou? It cost me about 350. It's not actually available anymore. It's a retired set, so it cost a little bit more than it was when it was new. But yeah, 350 if you were to want to go on Amazon and buy one now, you'd be paying about £350 for it, I think. But equally, if it's something you think you might want, you probably want to get it while it's 350. It's Lego. It ain't ever getting any cheaper. So if it's something, I made the mistake of, I wanted it a year ago. I saw it in the Lego shop at Disneyland, but it was still 250, and almost bought it there and then, and didn't. So I ended up paying an extra £100 for it because I waited a year. It's just going to keep going up in value. So if it's something you might want one day and you've got the money to buy it now, I would suggest get it now. It's the cheapest it's ever going to be again. Where are we? Get some of these red ones in. You've rebranded. I haven't rebranded. This is just a new channel. I've always had multiple channels, so still do the Football Manager stuff every day. Still do the travel stuff. So yeah, not a rebrand, just a new channel. Lego specific, this one. Lego should be VAT free. It's essential. Yeah. Right. Let's clip all these bits together and get another one of these rows of seating on. I don't know why some of them have got the white strips and some of them haven't. It's quite confusing. We all secretly fancy me. Some of you not so secretly. I mean, I accept that. I realise, I mean, people sometimes ask me how to make it as a content creator, because I've obviously been doing that a long time now. And the bit that no one ever wants to talk about, which is probably the most important element, you have to be a very handsome person. You have to be beautiful. People have to want to look at you for hours on end. So luckily, I am blessed with these boyish good looks, which is, I mean, it's the secret to the success, and people don't want to hear it because it's not really replicatable, is it? If you're ugly, you'll struggle, but luckily I'm beautiful. So we do all right. Right, where are we? Have I ended the YouTube live? I don't think so. Can anyone watching on YouTube confirm it's still live on YouTube? I haven't seen a YouTube comment for a minute or two. In fact, there is. Are you tempted to get the Simpsons house for the city? I'm not like rushing to get it. Maybe at some point. It's ended for somebody. Is there anyone still watching on YouTube? Let me just check if YouTube is still happening. Oh no, it's still happening on mine. The YouTube stream's definitely still going on. So, yeah, it's still going. I mean, the great thing about streaming on multiple platforms at the same time is if you can't connect on YouTube, you can watch on Twitch or on TikTok, and vice versa. And then, is it vice versa when there's three options? Vice versa versa. That's probably the correct technical way to say it. But yeah, just watch wherever you can find it. We're everywhere. Everywhere. There you go. Lots of people saying YouTube is live. There's obviously a big delay on the chat because I asked that ages ago. No one responded. And now I've just had loads of responses come through together. So I think there's probably maybe a minute delay on YouTube compared to TikTok and Twitch, which is interesting. But yeah, it appears that it is still live, which is good. Oh, hold on. What have I done here? I've done something wrong. I've put this on the wrong length. See, why would they have two exactly the same colour but different lengths? That's just asking for trouble. There we go. Luckily, noticed I'd done it. Or else that could have been a disaster. Where's my little black square? There it is. No, it's going back a step to there. And then yoink. Where's my... Where's my thing? Yoink, yoink, and yoink. I had to check, there's a significant delay on YouTube. I mean, I guess that can't be helped. It's all being managed by Restream, so I guess they're just putting it wherever it goes in whatever way they can. I mean, I guess the majority of people aren't going to keep switching between the 3 platforms, so it doesn't really matter for most people watching whether there's a delay on YouTube, because they don't notice it, do they? Where did I find the Camp Nou set? It was on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's, I think they still have them in stock. They certainly had one in stock like 2 weeks ago when I bought this one. Can't tell you for sure that it's still in stock, but it is a retired set, so it's not easy to get hold of. Certainly not at a reasonable price, unfortunately. But it is a fun set to make. I'm having a nice time, and I can already see as it's starting to come together, it is going to look absolutely incredible when it's done. It is going to take pride of place in my backdrop in here. This is not disappearing up into the Lego room. This will be staying in here and be in the background of all my Football Manager videos because it's so cool. Right, it's sticker o'clock again. We need an E and a B. So E goes on there. Oh. And then the B for Barcelona. It's the Oh, it's not the B for Barcelona. It's the last B of club. I got excited. I thought we were starting to spell Barcelona. We're not. It's the back end of club. There we go. And then that can pop in there as well. Beautiful. Go over to YouTube with spoilers. Hey guys, in about a minute, Kev's going to show you that Kev's going to stick an E and a B. But he's going to think, this is the spoiler, he's going to think it's the first B of Barcelona, but he's going to have egg on his face when he realises it was actually the last B of club. That's just going to ruin everyone's enjoyment on YouTube. Don't do that. I think I'll have a look on Amazon for some Lego sets. This is the first time I'm going to build in like 5 years. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't built a Lego set in 20 years until very recently. I was really into it as a kid, just couldn't afford it for so long and kind of forgot how much I enjoyed it. But Anna got a set at Christmas and it did not take very long for me to reignite my childhood passion, which apparently is just what millennials do. I saw this on a TikTok the other day. Apparently it's one of the signature moves of the millennial, because we grew up poor and pre-internet and can't afford things like pensions and fancy houses that our parents had by our age. We make up for it by just buying ourselves all the stuff that we weren't allowed to get as a kid. So or couldn't afford to get as a kid. So yeah, I'm now reliving my childhood as a 41-year-old man by buying all the Lego sets that I wouldn't have been able to get if they were available when I was a kid, as well as all the comic books and all the wrestlers and everything else, the Pokemon cards, all the things that you've seen me collect obsessively over the years. So I am being a full millennial, which is fine. I'm just being one of my people. It's fine. Would you buy a fake Lego set of a footy stadium? If it was the right one, yeah. I mean, it'd have to be a good set, but like if there was a really good Wembley or a really good Emirates that looked like a legitimate set, I don't want one that's like a quarter size. I mean, look how big this is going to end up being. This is only a quarter of it. It's going to be massive. So I'd want it to be a big, impressive, cool thing to have in the collection. But yeah, if it met those criteria, it doesn't need to be official Lego to make me happy. I've had plenty of the little Pokemon sets over the years. Little Pokemon fake Lego. So yeah, I've got no issue with... in fact, I've bought more like fake... Is fake Lego even the right thing? More non-Lego construction sets over my adult life than I have actual Lego, I imagine. Certainly for me, I obviously got stuff for the kids when they were younger. But yeah, I got plenty of the Pokemon things at various points. Right, I've got some of these things on the back again. When my nephew was younger, I built a lot of his Lego, including spending most of Christmas Day one year building Hogwarts. I loved it. See, that's great. See, my kids were never that into it. I tried to push it. I got them a few sets, but they just never were really into them. Even when I'd put them together, it was like, well, they never played with them. They never looked at them again, and they'd just end up being taken apart again and put in a cupboard. So I never really managed to get my kids into it. So I missed out on that stage of being a parent. Again, partly because when my kids were like young enough to need it building for them, we were really skint. So I couldn't really get a lot of it. It would just be a case of you'd get them one of the lower cost sets for like a birthday or Christmas or something. Never would have been able to get something like Hogwarts. But they never really showed any interest in it. Which is odd because they are quite crafty now as adults. Amy in particular is very crafty, but never showed any interest in anything like this. Although she did have a little look in the office when she was here the other day. I did like the look of some of it, and we had a little look in Tesco when we were in there at some of the sets they had, and I think she quite likes the look of some of the Marvel stuff because she's a big Marvel fan. So I might have been able to convert Amy, which would be fun. Camp Nou doesn't look like that now. I mean, it does look quite a lot like this because half of it's been knocked down. But yeah, I mean, they don't have a set based on what it looks like now. But I went there last year and this is what it looked like then. So for me, this is just a nice little reminder of when I went there and had one of the best footballing experiences of my life. In the video I made in Barcelona last year, I repeatedly referred to it as like going to football Disneyland because it was the closest experience I've had at a football match to feeling like I was walking down Main Street at Disneyland. It was that kind of level of just magic in the air. So it's quite nice to have a little memento of that now. That's why I wanted to buy it when I was at Disneyland last year, because I'd been there not long before and really enjoyed it. Alright. I've bought some of the fake Lego before from AliExpress. See, I wouldn't get that kind of fake Lego. I wouldn't get the stuff that's deliberately like knockoff Lego sets. I don't think I'd enjoy that. But if it was stuff that Lego don't have the license for, so don't make, like Pokemon, or if they were to do like alternate football stadiums that Lego decide not to build, then I'd get that. I don't think I'd get the like fake versions of the Lego sets, because there's always going to be that quality difference, isn't there? So I don't mind paying a little bit extra for that Lego quality. But if it's a set that I can only get by going to an alternative, then I'll go to the alternative. Or even, I mentioned before about the Lego City, about trying to save some costs. I ordered some generic base plates that aren't made by Lego, because I need like 40 base plates. I haven't actually opened them up and had a look at them yet, but I ordered a pack of 20 non-Lego branded base plates that apparently work with Lego, because Lego base plates are £8 each. I need 48 base plates for my Lego City, based on how I've measured it out. What's 48 times 8? I ain't paying whatever that is. I don't need to do the sums. I am not spending the best part of what, £400 on base plates. So yeah, I got the dodgy ones, which as long as they work is fine, and if they don't work, they didn't cost very much. I'm going to try them out when we get back from Rome and see what they're like, and if they are fine, then they'll be the base plates that I use for the city. How come I'm not watching the Champions League? Because Peterborough are playing, so I'm watching that. This set has become even more desirable now after the current stadium renovations. I'm tempted, but I haven't got anywhere to display it. Yeah, mine is definitely going to be going somewhere on this cabinet behind me. Probably where my WWE belt is at the moment. Or maybe, the printer's in here. Anna has her own office now. The only person who ever prints is Anna. So I might just move the printer up into Anna's office, and that frees up a printer-sized space for me to put this stadium in, which will also be perfectly framed in my usual YouTube shot behind me. So the stadium will then be in the background of every YouTube video, which is cool. I remember Mega Bloks was quite good at some point and had some licenses. Yeah, I think that's who did the Pokemon stuff, if I recall. I think they were Mega Bloks. I mean, you can still buy them. The Pokemon stuff is still current. There's a game shop in the middle of Leicester. Really, anyone who's from Leicester will know the name. The name escapes me. The retro game shop place that's in that little arcade. That again, the name escapes me. I'm not from Leicester, so I don't remember all the names of places. I could walk you there now. Every time we go into town, we go to that shop. But they sell all of the Pokemon sets. I've bought a few from there in the past. What am I looking forward to printing most? I don't print anything ever. Anna's the only one who prints. She does all the admin stuff. I have absolutely no reason to own a printer, but because until yesterday Anna only had a laptop, we would have the printer set up in here. So if she ever needed anything printing, she'd email it to me and I'd print it. But now she's got a desktop. My old PC is now set up in her Lego room / office. So she can do her work in there now on an actual desktop. Which means, as she's the only one who ever prints, it makes sense for the printer to go up there too, thus freeing up a load of space behind me for this stadium. It's all come together beautifully. Just looked on eBay, Mega Bloks Halo seems to be a thing. Yeah, so they've got the licenses for some things, some gaming things. Halo would be cool. I would like some Halo stuff. That would be quite cool. I reckon they should make more stadiums. I'd love them to make more stadiums, but I just don't think they sold very well because Lego's a global brand, isn't it? Which obviously we all know that means if it has to work in America. Global brand means big in America, and I imagine these sets didn't sell very well in America, and it doesn't matter how well they've sold in the rest of the world and how much we think they're awesome. If the Americans weren't buying the football stadiums, they're going to stop making the football stadiums, because in order for a set to be a success, it's got to do well in America. So yeah. This was hard to find. Block Party's apparently a band too. They don't have a K. In time, it will start to feature more prominently in YouTube search. It's only been a channel for a week, so it's not really going to show up in search just yet. We haven't actually got any videos out yet. The first proper video comes out on the channel tomorrow, so give us a couple of months and we'll start showing up a little bit more prominently on YouTube. It'll be fine. If my experience with Football Manager is anything to go by, most people don't come looking for your channel by name anyway, because my Football Manager channel has a name that no one can say and no one can spell. And people still find that, because the only way to win at YouTube these days is for the algorithm to decide to push you out to people. People rarely go looking for channels. So it doesn't, in the long run, it doesn't really matter if we ever make it above the band on YouTube search, because more often than not people won't be searching for the channel name. They might be searching for some of the content that we've got on the channel, and we might show up in search then, because I doubt the band are going to be doing a Nou Camp build. I imagine if you searched Lego Nou Camp build stream, we'd probably come up top of that. So it's fine. I'm not too worried. Block Party Lego works for search. There you go, see. Will I be using the mill system for the city? Yes, that's why I'm exploring non-Lego options. My plan is, I'll show you what I've got. So, I've got, I haven't actually looked at these yet. So I've got these base plates, which I cannot get into. Where's my knife? So these are strictly brick base plates. Oh no, these are stackable ones. So I've ordered some that aren't stackable as well. So basically these stackable ones are like normal plates. So the plan is I've bought their normal base plates, and then I'm going to get some second-hand bricks and then use these on the top level and basically create the Mills plates all with off-brand Lego to try and save some money, which might work, it might not. I'm going to be experimenting with it. But just the cost of official Lego base plates, never mind all of the other materials you need to make Mills plates. Just the cost of the base plates would be nearly £400 based on how many we need. You could probably add another 700 or 800 if we used all official Lego parts for all the other parts. So then you're looking at well over £1,000 just for the plates, just for the base plates of the city, before I've even bought any stuff to put on them. So yeah. We will be doing Mills plates from the start, but they will be off-brand Lego that we use to make them, because it's the only way to do it in an affordable way. Maybe if the channel takes off and we end up with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and more money than we know what to do with, maybe one day we'll go through and replace all of these off-brand ones with official Lego stuff. But if they work the way I'm expecting them to work, I just can't imagine we'll ever need to, because they seem fine. YouTube's a lottery. YouTube's not a lottery, but you just have to understand how it works. There's certainly ways to manufacture success on YouTube. I mean, it's not accidental that this is now my fifth channel that is going to do well. So, I mean, I can confidently sit here and say I know this channel is going to get monetized before long, and I know it will be successful and it will be profitable and it will be a useful part of the business. I mean, even the new travel channel that's been out less than a year, it might look on the face of it with less than 10,000 subscribers that it's not working out, but that cruise we went on, entirely paid for by the ad revenue on that channel. This trip to Rome, entirely paid for by the ad revenue from the travel channel. So we're not making any money on top of that for the travel channel, but it is covering all of our travel costs. It won't quite cover Edinburgh, but they're officially Football Manager trips anyway. So yeah, if we can get to the point where this channel just covers the cost of buying the Lego, that's fine. The Football Manager channel pays the bills. We only need to get to 10,000 subscribers, and that should be enough for this channel to pay for all of its own Lego. What's the travel channel name? Kevin Chapman, or at Kevin Chapman Travel, if you want to search for it that way. But if you just search Kevin Chapman, if you could force Lego to produce one set, what would I pick and why? Excellent question. Probably the X-Men mansion. I mean, and that's something that genuinely could happen. That's the one I would probably want the most. If I was forcing them into making something they probably wouldn't make anyway, Wembley. Wembley's the obvious one, but yeah, the set I would really like, because I've got the Sanctum Sanctorum, I've got the Daily Bugle, I've got the Avengers Tower, so I'm going to have my little Marvel section of my city. I would love to have Xavier's school in that little section of the city as well. It would be so cool. Or a Wayne Manor. Wayne Manor would be awesome. You're basically just using YouTube to fund your childhood dreams. It's genius. Exactly. So that's the thing. It's all part of I think I'm officially classed as a micro-influencer, is the technical name for it, because apart from the Football Manager stuff, the Football Manager stuff is my outlier. That is how I pay all my bills. That is my job. I make Football Manager videos, that's my job. All of the other content doesn't need to make enough money to pay the bills. It just needs to make enough money to finance itself. and it's fine. That's all it needs to do. Just needs to get to the point where it doesn't cost me anything to do, and then I get myself to the point where I can do all the travel that I want to do and it doesn't cost me anything, and I can have all the Lego that I want to have and it doesn't cost me anything, and still make the Football Manager content to pay the bills, and that's awesome. Mega Bloks did an Assassin's Creed one. See, Anna would love that. I saw a YouTube video earlier today where someone had made a Fallout shelter, like from the game Fallout, out of Lego, and it looks awesome. But it was all like custom that they'd made themselves. It wasn't a set. But that would be really, really cool. Basically, let the hobby pay for the hobby. Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, if you are less obsessed with content creation than I am, I don't recommend doing that for everybody, because one of the biggest dangers of being a content creator is the instinct to try and monetize everything. Because everything is content, so monetize everything and make everything your job. And if you've not got the kind of brain that thrives in that situation, that can very easily become very stressful and never feeling like you're having any time off. Luckily, because of how my beautifully neurodiverse brain works, I thrive in that kind of situation. And if I'm not doing this, I get bored and want to be doing it, which is why, I mean, I uploaded my first YouTube video 9 years ago, and since then I'm still averaging more than one a day 9 years later, and I've just never got bored of it. I just love it. My biggest hobby of all is making YouTube videos, which is quite handy. The rest of them are just hobbies that go hand in hand. It's stuff that I add new hobbies to give me things to make YouTube videos about. But the main hobby is, and still remains to this day, making YouTube videos. It's my favourite thing. So it's quite handy, that. Rebrickable has loads of instructions from Ox. Yeah, I've had a look at Rebrickable. They have a because there's a Lego store set at the moment, but it's like a toy set. It's not a it's not like a big modular Lego store. But there's a thing on Rebrickable where if you buy 3 of the sets, I think it's like £30 for this little toy Lego set. But if you buy 3 of them and a couple of extra parts, there's then a design to take those parts and make them into a really cool modular Lego store. And I think that's going to be my first like custom project. I'll still be following instructions, but there won't be Lego instructions. So I'm looking forward to doing that. We've got another booklet fact. It's believed that the blue and garnet colours of the club came from Liverpool's former Merchant Taylors College rugby team, where 2 of the club's English founders had played. So I've now made it to page 228 of the book, and they're now acknowledging that the foreigners from before were English. That's nice. We're finally getting the credit we deserve. But apparently founded from Liverpool. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right. Why is that not going in right? That one's not clipping in. There we go. Will I be creating my own house in my Lego city? And will there be a Lego Dave somewhere? I am not good enough. I mean, anyone who's watched me playing Minecraft before knows that I'm not great creatively when it comes to designing my own builds, and that very much carries over to Lego as well. So I probably won't be doing my house. There'll be a Dave for sure, but I'm just not very good. I mean, maybe with practice I'll get better at the coming up with designs on my own thing, but for now I'll just be happy following the instructions. Even when I play Minecraft, most of the builds that I do in Minecraft are following YouTube tutorials. I find it quite therapeutic. I was trying to explain it to Anna the other day. It's the only thing that shuts off my brain, just following the step-by-step instructions. I just find it really therapeutic and calming. Even now, while I'm just sat here chatting to you while I do it. Just the act of almost mindlessly following the instructions, not really having to think, just chat while the rest of my brain is turned off. It's really relaxing. It's awesome. But I find the following I find building creatively more stressful. Whereas following the instructions is really relaxing. So I prefer to just follow instructions. So I'm more likely to go on somewhere like Rebrickable and find designs for me to follow. So if I were to find something on there that looked a bit like my house, then yeah, we'd do my house. But I'm probably not going to do a lot of stuff completely from scratch. Check out Bricklink Studio if you want to experiment. Basically Lego creative mode. Interesting. Just ask Jack to design something. He's got experience in making silly things. See, I feel like most of that he's copied off tutorials. If Jack actually has a mind that allows him to create all the stuff that he did in Minecraft without having to follow anyone's instructions, he should be a Minecraft content creator because he'd make a lot more money than he does in Football Manager. And he could just make tutorials based on the stuff that he comes up with. But I can't believe he is coming up with it. I think he must be following tutorials. Surely. Is that why the St George Cross is on the club crest? What, Barcelona? Yeah, that's exactly why. Founded by English folk. Apparently from Liverpool. We're learning from the book. We're learning Barcelona history as we build the stadium, which is cool. Still 1-0 in the posh game for those of you interested, which is jolly good. A second goal would be very welcome though. If we could arrange that, that would be very helpful. There you go. Got another tier on, and then we look for another one. I've used so many of these bricks. I'm going to be seeing these bricks in my sleep. Every single one of these little bits starts with one of these. Oh my word. Jack just didn't sleep for a month following tutorials on the Minecraft server. Exactly. Which, by the way, I am still paying for, so all that stuff is still there. So if my Minecraft obsession comes back, which, let's face it, spending my time playing with Lego, that's quite likely to spark the Minecraft back up again. But the server is still sat there, so we could just pick up where we left off. There might even be people still using it, but it is still active, even though no one's ever in it as far as I know. Anyone who'd want to sign for Posh if they got promoted? I don't really know who's available. I trust our management to get it right. They always do. The priority with Posh is always to try and keep hold of as many players as possible. If we get up, I'd quite like us to keep hold of Ronnie Edwards, for example. It's unlikely, but it'd be nice to. Will there be a Lego channel in the Discord? There's going to be a whole new Lego Discord. In fact, I promised to have that done for this stream and I forgot to do it, but there will be a Block Party Discord separate from my personal Discord, because I think more so even than the vlog stuff, over time we're going to attract a completely different group of people to this content than any of my other content, and I think my Discord's already quite a confusing mess of half vlog and half Football Manager people. So I think if we add a load of Lego people in there as well, it just becomes a completely unmanageable mess. So there will be a brand new Discord for the Lego stuff, which will definitely be in place before the next stream, he says. Right. We're doing some kind of shenanigans here. This is like a little flag thing, I think. I think we're building one of the little pylon things that the floodlights go on, actually. I think that's what's happening here. Because we're putting this little stud on top, which I guess at some point will then have one of these sticks coming out of it, and it will start to link together and be the floodlights. Kev will be setting up the Discord on the plane home from home. Yeah, probably. Topher will remind me to do it. It'll be fine. Right, where is the? There it is. That's what I was after. Have I been to one of the Lego stores with the minifig designers, printers? Yeah, there was one in Birmingham. We didn't use it because there was a queue. But yeah, the one in Birmingham had that. So, definitely something we're going to do at some point. Goal, 2-0. He's looking up, he's looking up, he's looking up. Just what the doctor ordered. Beautiful stuff. My boy Katongo off of the Man City save from last year. I take all the credit for him. I found him. He was there at Man City when I arrived. That counts as finding him as far as I'm concerned. You're welcome, Posh fans. He's my one. Guess you're going to be my favourite FM and Lego content creation man now. That is the spirit. That's what I like to hear. Do you watch Lego content ordinarily? Because we're certainly planning on doing a lot. I think we're going to be looking to do at least weekly videos, if not twice weekly. We're going to be recording some content over the next week or so. First video is out tomorrow. And then obviously the TikToks and the Instagrams have been flowing already. Why don't I like Steve Evans? Google him. Oh no! Everything's just falling apart. Ah, it's stuck between my legs. Oh no, that's a disaster. Watch Brixie. I've been watching a bit of Brixie. I think someone suggested him in the last stream. And he's just bought a warehouse, hasn't he? So I'm fascinated to watch him setting up his warehouse that he's going to put his Lego City in. Absolutely bananas. Yeah, Google what did Steve Evans do? Or Steve Evans Boston. Or just why does everyone hate Steve Evans? Any reasonable person would hate Steve Evans. And then you add on the fact that he's probably the worst manager Posh have had in my time as a Posh fan. Just genuinely horrible football to watch. Posh, in my entire lifetime, have always been a good footballing team. We've sometimes been rubbish, but we've always been rubbish but played well. Under Steve Evans, we were rubbish and played horrible industrial football that I just don't want to watch. You've had a go at Balatro. Is that the poker game on Steam? I've got it on my Steam Deck ready to take away with me. I haven't played it yet, but it's downloaded ready to go. I do love watching city builds. Well, you are going to love the content we've got coming up over the next few months then. Love it. Yeah, I've not played any Balatro yet, but like I say, I've got it ready to try out. Pab keeps going on about it on the podcast, so if I can fit my Steam Deck into my carry-on, which is a tall order, because it's a massive bit of kit and we're flying Ryanair, so I've got like a carry-on the size of a bum bag. But if I can find a way to squeeze it in, then the Steam Deck will be coming with me and I will play it while we're away. Where's that next bit? There it is. And then we'll plug one of those bits in. See, some of these bits are the same on every one of these things. There is a little bit of variety, but this is what I mean when I say it's not a particularly challenging set, because it is quite a lot of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Who do you suggest I sign for my FM save at Wimbledon? I'm in my 5th season in the Championship. I mean, I haven't got a clue. Who's good in your save? Send your scouts out. Your scouts are going to be much more helpful than me. I have no idea what's going on 5 years into your save. Right. There we go. And then we'll plop one of those on there as well. Is there a proper gap there? There is a gap there. Okay. Corner thing. Need a corner thing. There we go. We have a corner thing. Ah! Everything's falling apart. What's the best set for adult builder? Not too expensive. How expensive is too expensive? Give me a price range and then I'll recommend a set. Based on the stuff that's currently available, obviously. I've started Yakuza like a dragon, enough Persona like it. Yeah, see, Pab keeps going on about that as well. Apparently there's a whole Animal Crossing Island bit on there as well. Or a bit that's like being on Animal Crossing. But I just don't want to play the bulk of the main part of the game. So So that keeps me away from playing that. Plus, my gaming backlog is huge. I've still not finished Baldur's Gate. I'm way behind. I've still not finished Persona 3. I was playing that every night before we went on the cruise. I went on the cruise and didn't play it at all. And haven't touched it since, I don't think. Even though I was really enjoying it. But I'm always getting to the point with that where if I go back to it, I'm going to have to start it again because I can't remember what was going on. It's been a month. Am I going to build the Rivendell set? I'm not really, similar to Star Wars, not really a Lord of the Rings guy. It's another set of films I've never watched. Tried to watch, got really bored. I don't have the attention span for these long movies that have multiple parts to them. That being said, the Rivendell set looks beautiful. So, I think I'm probably more likely to get that than a Star Wars set. Even though I won't get any of the references within it. I just want to build it because it looks awesome. Looks really cool. Played the game before that. Played the game before what? Eh? What you talking about? Oh, what, the Yakuza ones? I've never played a Yakuza game. Anna loves them, but I've never played them. The Avengers Quinjet was a great set. I've got the Avengers Tower to build, which I'm looking forward to. That's probably going to be the first thing but once I get my room sorted upstairs, that's going to be the Lego City room. I think that's going to be the first thing I build, the Avengers Tower. That or my train set. Because I really want to get the train set out. Because having a train set is another one of those things that I've wanted forever and just never got because we never had the room for it. And now I can kill two birds with one stone and have a Lego train set. Ooh, that's all just shattered. Right, what bits have come off that? Because this has just rolled around. Was this attached in some way? Right, I don't think anything has come off. I'm a little bit confused about whether this little bit was attached or if I just knocked it. I think everything is... It looks right according to the book. I think we're good. I think everything that's supposed to be on there is still on there. Didn't play Yakuza before this one either. It's a great JRPG bonkers game. See, I love a JRPG bonkers game. I just don't have time these days. Me and my partner have loads of Christmas sets we put up and take down each year with Christmas films on. That's cool. That is cool. That's a nice idea. Is there going to be 2 series for the Lego channel? One for my Lego City and another for Anna's builds. There's probably going to be one series. The only series will be the Lego City. And even then, it will loosely be a series. The idea is... I mean, series in general don't really work on YouTube these days. Says the guy who pays his bills with a series. But in general, series is not the way to do YouTube. So there'll be a playlist of Lego City updates. But it will very much be standalone videos about the Lego City. Giving you updates on where the Lego City is. But they're going to be done deliberately so that you don't have to have watched all the previous ones to enjoy the new ones when they come out. And then the stuff that Anna's doing will be, again, there'll be standalone videos. And I imagine half the content on the channel will be us vlogging, going toy hunting. Because, I mean, that was where the original daily vlog started. The channel that became the daily vlog started out as a toy hunting channel. We'd go to like Toys R Us, shows how long ago it was. We'd go to Toys R Us and look for toys. I love making that kind of content, so I can very much see myself spending a lot of time going to Lego store, going to Smith's, going to wherever there's Lego and vlogging the shopping, because that's part of the fun of it. So we're going to be making a lot of that over the next week. That will be coming out fairly early on in the life of the channel as well. So it's not going to be just us making sets. It's not going to, we're so early in the development of it, we don't know what content people are going to enjoy yet. So we're just going to do loads of different types of Lego content, and then similar to any other YouTube channel ever, pivot towards the stuff that works, towards the stuff that people are enjoying. So if the only stuff that gets any views is the Lego City stuff, we'll probably focus on the Lego City stuff. If no one watches that, we'll probably upload less of it. And we'll just play it by ear. But we don't really have that much of a plan on that side of things. How much is this set? Well, it's not available anymore. So you have to buy it from a reseller, or I found one on Amazon. So I had to pay $350 for it. That doesn't mean you'll necessarily be able to get it for that, because it is a retired set. But shop around, see what you can find. You might even find it cheaper than that if you spend enough time shopping around. I kind of rushed into getting it. I saw it on Amazon and just was like, right, okay, that's within the range that I'd be willing to go to. Let's just get it because I want it. Will my Lego City be a Lego democracy or a Lego dictatorship? Very much a dictatorship. I will be in charge of what goes on, as I am on stream. Kev is always in charge. Although actually Anna will probably be in charge. Because although at the moment Anna's more interested in all the pretty girly sets, I know for sure once the Lego City gets up and running, she will start to get very interested in it because it's going to be so cool. Right, what's the time? We should have time to do one more bag, I think. One more bag. One more bag. One more bag. Where is it? Oh, we might even do two, so there's only two left in here. Right, 13 is a tiny bag. Is there only one 13? There seems to be hardly anything in this one. There it all is. There's hardly any pieces here. What are we building here? We're building another one of these, I think. But maybe only one out of bag 13. Oh, I've got so many bags on the floor. I'm filling a shoe. What's the best set between £50 to £100? Oh, what a question. £50 to £100. Are you looking for buildings or cars or spaceships? Probably my favourite thing I've built in that kind of price range was this. Really enjoyed this. Pointing at the wrong camera. The piranha plant from Mario. I think this was about 55, and it only took a couple of hours to build, and it is just awesome. So I loved that set. So that one, I guess, is my favourite in that kind of range. The Spider-Man mask is cool. The Infinity Gauntlet is cool if you like Marvel stuff. They're all in that kind of price range. Posh have scored again, according to my watch. Oh, Steve Evans, in your face. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I hope they fire him. Best set I ever did was £109. Was the Saturn V rocket. Have I done the camera yet? My brother's done it and it's cool. I've done two versions of the camera, yeah. So this was two for £20 on Amazon. It was one of the Creator Building One sets, 2 for £20 on Amazon. So I got two, because that is like the cameras I use for vlogging now. And this is just like my first ever YouTube camera from like 10 years ago. One of the ones that goes out like that. So I think they're just both cool things to have, and 20 quid for the pair. They're great value. And I've just turned around and seen the Office set as well, which is just about 100. I think it's 105. It's just come back in stock on the Lego website as well. It was out of stock for ages. I had to get it from, I think I got it from somewhere like John Lewis or something. It's the only place I could find it in stock. But I noticed the other day it is back in stock at the Lego store. And I think that's £105. So if you like the Office, that's a great fun set to make for a reasonable price range. What am I building? Barcelona's football stadium. And we are having a jolly nice time. Just so you know, you can see the bottom corner of the TV on screen. Yeah, barely though. I think it's fine. I don't think anybody could reasonably say that I was trying to broadcast that. And ultimately, if Twitch did give me a 48-hour suspension, I'm out of the country for 5 days. So fill your boots, Twitch. Fill your boots. But no, it's fine. It's like having a reflection in your glasses. It's, you know, some things are unavoidable. Their choice is that's either there or I just don't stream at all. And I'm sure they'd rather I streamed. Hair and beard looking nice, thank you very much. We do try. Right, we're building a contraption here. I don't know what kind of contraption we're building, but we haven't had to do this yet. This is a new shape. After so many repetitive bits, this is quite strange doing something slightly different. I'm not sure what's going on. So that goes there. See, I'm having to concentrate a little bit after being on autopilot for so long. This is like when I'm playing Football Manager and I realise I'm accidentally in a cup final and didn't know it was happening. I'm having to focus back in for a second. Oh my word. Right, and then that bit goes in there. It's similar to what we've been doing, but slightly different. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because it's very close to what we've been doing, but that is a new shape. I'm not really sure what we're up to here. I got into Lego late and like the stuff which are normal decorations but happen to be made of Lego. So far I've got the globe, which was a great build, and also the Japanese road picture. That's cool. Anna's got lots of the flowers, which she likes making. She's got a bonsai tree which looks really cool. So yeah, she's very much on board with you with that. I'm all about buildings. I love making buildings out of Lego. Always did as a kid. I love it. That's why I'm really looking forward to making a Lego city, because I just get to build loads of buildings and it's going to be awesome. Right, pop that bit there. I think what we're doing here, because it looks like we're missing out the bottom row, so I wonder. Oh, it does come down to pitch level. I can't work out where we are. We're kind of round here now, I think. We're getting into this corner. So maybe this is the corner bit that, similar to, I think, this bit here. No, there's one there that doesn't have a bottom row, so we're making the equivalent from there. I see what we're doing. We have done one similar to this before. We're getting into that next corner. Right, where's the jobby? There he is. I have this set, really neat set. Yeah, I am really looking forward to just having it as a display thing. It's the kind of thing where, based on how big I can see it's going to be, it's the kind of thing where I'd probably buy it as a model. Never mind having the fun of building it as well, because it just is going to look really cool in my office. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Am I live on YouTube? Yeah, we're live on YouTube, Twitch and TikTok at the moment. So hello to, I'm looking at the wrong camera again. Hello to all of you. I'm so used to looking up at that camera. Yeah, we're live all over the place. So wherever you want to hang out, come hang out there. And make sure you follow on all of the above. Restream were trying to get me to do it on Instagram as well. So I think the next stream might also be on Instagram. I've never streamed on Instagram, but it looks relatively straightforward to do, so I think the next one will probably be on Instagram as well. Right, where are we? The botanical stuff is great. It is very good. I'm still waiting for Anna to build me a cactus. I got the tiny plant set? Is that what it's called? On the condition that she gives me the cactus, because I've got a couple of cactuses in my office. I am a cactus guy, so I want a Lego cactus to go with my real cactuses. And I said, if you don't agree to my terms, I will keep the entire set, and I will make them all, and I will give you the ones that I don't want. But she agreed to my terms. Right, that goes there like that, and that one Slot saying what's happened to the East Fife save. Nothing. Still going. The next time I stream Football Manager, it will be that save. That'll be this time next week because I'm away in Italy for a week doing a Roma matchday vlog from the previous Twitch save. And then I'm back for a day, so I'll stream East Fife this time next week when I'm back for a day. And then I'm off again because I'm heading up to an East Fife match. So I'm heading up to Scotland the following week to do a matchday vlog there. So we're getting the matchday vlogs done now. It's taken a little bit of time. Feels like we've been waiting forever for the Italy one. It's a lot. It feels like forever since we managed Roma. But yeah, we are heading to Italy. It's going to be spending Stevenage have scored. Rubbish. Rubbish. East Fife are so poor. Kev's building them a Lego stadium on the cheap. Where did I get the sign from? What, the Lego sign up there? That's my I can't remember what it's called. Anna got me it for Christmas the other year. It's a little pixel art digital screen. So it's not a specific Lego sign. I just put the Lego logo on it. It's it has all sorts of things on it at various points. I forget, it's Divoom, I think they're called. Oh my gosh, I used to watch your YouTube videos. You should start watching them again. They never went away. Sounds like you went away. The videos never went away. Even nearly 10 years after I started, I'm still averaging more than one video a day on YouTube across my channels. So, welcome back. Make sure you follow. Oh. How's Andy? Andy is fine. Am I watching the Posh Game? I am watching the Posh Game, yes. Right, I think this one's ready to clip in. It is. In we go. Next one clips in. Is that in? That is in. It doesn't make the clicking noise like some of the other bits do. So what is these tiny little bits? This feels like not enough Lego to build another one of those. There's certainly not going to be any seats on this bit. I've not got any seat parts. Dortmund arranged it, still to be confirmed. At the moment, there's no Dortmund game I can get to this season. However, if they get through in the Champions League, which, how are they doing? If they get through in the Champions League and draw a non-English team, I'm hoping to be able to go to the home leg of the next round of the Champions League to see Dortmund. However, if they don't make it through, there are no matches I can get to this season, so I have to go early next season. And if they draw an English team in the next round, I won't be able to get a ticket because they won't sell me a ticket as an English person in the Dortmund end when they're playing an English team. Because obviously that smells of shenanigans, doesn't it? So there's lots of things that have to come together for me to get to see Dortmund this year. They're 1-0 ahead in the 80th minute. Okay, so part one might be coming together. I do have a pretty solid plan B for Dortmund, which is I'm planning on going to Gamescom in Cologne in August. We'll be there about a week. So assuming Dortmund have a home game either just before or during Gamescom. So they basically have 2 weekends to potentially have a home game on when the football season will have started. That just exploded everywhere. Oh no. Oh no. Where did that go? I don't know what bit I've dropped. Where's my phone? Ah! It's a disaster. Oh, I see it actually. It's not a disaster. I can't get the light on my phone. What is going on? Turn the light on. It's under the desk though. We're going down. Ah. There it is. This bit's come off twice. What is going on with the light? What? There we go. Right, this bit is the bit that keeps popping off. Right, what was I trying to do? I can't remember which stage I was at. I was at this stage. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, what I could then do, assuming they're at home on one of those weekends either side of Gamescom, is drive to Cologne for Gamescom, because it's not much. It's pretty much the same distance as driving to Disneyland from Calais. It's not far into Germany. Cologne is then less than an hour from Dortmund. So I could then leave Anna in Cologne, either in the hotel or at Gamescom or whatever she wants to do, and just drive over to Dortmund and see the match while we're in Germany anyway. So that's my backup plan if I can't get over there next season. When's Gamescom? Towards the end of August. Maybe the next investment should be a Lego vest to catch pieces that go flying. So you want Dortmund versus Barcelona in the next round then? That would be lovely. Although potentially quite hard to get tickets for, I guess. That would be great. Am I going to the Vatican when you go to Rome so you can go to another country? I don't know. We don't really have any plans for while we're in Rome. Probably. I mean, if it depends. A lot of this trip, because Anna's not taking her scooter, a lot of this trip comes down to what's easily accessible. And the reason she's not taking the scooter is because we did lots of research on Rome, and it basically sounds like, as a city, it's not at all wheelchair friendly. So it kind of would have been pointless to go through all the hassle of taking it and then not even really being able to use it. We looked into hiring one, and even the company that you hire them from, on their website, it was like, I mean, we can hire one of these here. We're not going to tell you can't have one. However, be aware, there's still large parts of the city where you're not going to be able to use it. There's not a lot of drop curbs. So it's not going to necessarily allow you to get around still. So it's not a very accessible city. So we are going, and we're just going to see what we can get to. And if stuff is hard for Anna to get to, then we won't do it. So Vatican City comes into that. We're not at all religious, so we don't have any particular need to go there. Like you say, it would be cool to add another city, another country to the list of countries we've been to this year. But not to the point where it's going to hurt Anna. We're not going to worry about. Right, I think we're going to stop there because it's nearly 10 o'clock. We have got one more bag of this first half of the set, and then this box is full of just as many bags as we've already built. We have actually made pretty good pace. When we started the stream, we'd done about this much of this plate. So we finished that one off and then got as far again on this one. So this is the amount of progress we made on the last stream. This stream we've done this plus half again. So we are building quicker than we were when we first started. Bag 14 is the final step of this first book. So the next stream, which is going to be a little while now, because like I say, I'm away in Italy. So the next stream for Twitch will be next Wednesday, so a week today, which will be a Football Manager stream. And then I'm off to Scotland, so then it'll be the week after that. So we're looking last week of March. There'll be a couple of Football Manager streams and probably a couple more Lego streams, which will then be streamed across the different accounts, across YouTube, Twitch and TikTok. So if you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, we're not going anywhere. In fact, there'll still be regular TikToks most days while we're away. We've got our first proper YouTube video is coming out tomorrow as well. We recorded that today, so that'll be out tomorrow. So there's going to be content, but we won't be carrying on with this build for a couple of weeks now, probably. But we are going to finish. We're going to do the whole thing on camera, on stream. So I will be back, and we will continue building this. But for now, I will say goodbye to you all. Yes, of course I'm vlogging Rome. Of course I'm vlogging Rome. I run a travel channel. I'm not going to spend 5 days in Rome and not vlog it. Goodness me. But it looks like Posh have won, which is always nice. It looks like Dortmund are now 2-0 up. So Dortmund are going to be through. So keep an eye on the draw there, because then you'll know if we're going to be able to go or not. And keep an eye on all of the socials while we're away, because like I say, there'll still be daily Football Manager videos. There'll still be TikToks across the 3 different accounts most days. There's content everywhere. We do content around here. And then, of course, the Rome vlogs will start next week on the Travel Channel. So, for now, thank you very much for watching, boys and girls. We'll say goodbye to TikTok first, because it's a separate button. So, bye-bye, TikTok. I'll see you again very soon. Everyone say bye-bye to TikTok. Right, that's TikTok done, which then only leaves me to say goodbye to you lot on YouTube and Twitch as well. Thank you.